TN 1340.
Radio call-in show. This is The Drive.
And hello, good afternoon, and welcome to another stellar edition of The Drive here on Fan Run Radio. Russell Smith punching the time clock at 3:05 on a Football Friday edition of the show alongside Bear. We are live today at the Casual Pint Northshore. Coming out and see us this afternoon. Already got a couple of early birds getting in here with us today, Bear. Shout out to, I believe, Spencer and Shep were the first ones in today. They're return customers. Austin is back there as well. He's got himself a Fan Run shirt. And we got Walker Smith doing the thing back in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios of Fan Run Radio as we get set to break things down today here for 3 hours. Bear, unbelievable. We are less than 24 hours away from kickoff for the Volunteers and the Orange.
I can't believe it's here. I feel like it's gone by pretty quick. Honestly, I didn't feel that same like the doldrums of summer this year. Part of that has to do with our baseball team being so damn good, but it's here. It feels like fall outside, and I'm ready for it. Ready to get it on with Syracuse tomorrow.
Absolutely. We'll be here from 3 until 6 if you want to come down and hang out at the Casual Pint North Shore with us. It's 2045 Thunderhead Road, and it is a beautiful day, man, as we set the scene for you out here on the patio. We got cold drinks. We got some four-legged canine friends out here as well. Bear, I was jamming out to the I got here like an hour ago, and it was like you were programming the music, man. I heard some Fleetwood Mac. I heard some Pink Floyd. I heard some Big Star.
Really?
Yeah.
Big Star.
Hanging out in the street. That
banger.
70s show. Yeah, man. It was
VFLs, a couple of them.
It was fun, man. So come on out, join us here today. We are at the Casual Pint North Shore. They got food, they got drink, they got everything you could possibly need on this beautiful Football Friday edition of the show. You come on out. We're going to hook you up. We got some Fan Run shirts to give away. We also have Smokies tickets while they last. I've got a handful of them. Next week is the last homestand of the new ballpark. So if you haven't been to Covenant Health Park yet, you got to do that. You don't want to miss out on the very first homestand of the season, the very first season of Covenant Health baseball downtown.
I mean, we were out there for opening day, and then I just feel like the spring and summer's just flown by, man. It feels like we were just there for opening day like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's unbelievable how quickly it's gone by. So we got some of those for you. These will get you in any Smokies home game. So you just come by and say you're listening to the Drive this afternoon. We'll get rid of those because we want as many people to go as possible. So come on out and see us here this afternoon. Bear, as soon as we got off the air yesterday, Tennessee got the good news. It was speculated wide receiver Tristan Keys, 5-star #1 wide receiver in the country. High school football, huge news, a huge pickup for the Volunteers in recruiting, and that will hopefully get the recruiting machine going again for Josh Heupel.
I think so. And then, I mean, the other, I'm still kind of watching that defensive end. Cannot remember his name off the top of my head. The 4-star.
Mm-hmm.
We're hoping to get some more good news, maybe get his commitment. He's announcing, I believe, Monday morning. And then, but yeah, huge news. Watched the other Tennessee wide receiver commit play last night, Tyreek King.
Yeah, I didn't get to see. We had that game on. We were doing our Fan Run fantasy draft in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios, and
the Thursday night rivalry game.
Yeah, we had that on. I mean, it looked like Catholic just sort of handled the Mavs. on the road?
It was a flag fest, typical Catholic slot ball. But I mean, they got you can tell it's Rusty Bradley and Josh Smith. I mean, they make big chunk plays. But I see now why he's a commit to Tennessee, and he's got that burst.
It's exciting to think about the future. It's weird here on Football Eve. Like I can't think too much about like 2026, 2027. But man, it's hard not to think about like if we get the quarterback thing right, if Faison Brandon's who we think he is, and you've got Tyreek King in the slot and Tristan Keys on the outside. I mean, that sounds a lot like Hooker and Hyde and Tillman to me.
Yeah, I mean that was what I was thinking watching him. He's built a lot like Jalen. He's not the biggest guy in the world, but he can absolutely fly. So,
yeah.
And I didn't. I mean, this is how bad a fan I am, man. I did not realize that VFL legend Will Bartholomew's son, Matt Bartholomew, is a starting quarterback at Catholic High School.
Oh yeah, you didn't know that?
You probably
it's
told me.
So weird how I know more about your teams than you do.
That's because you.
When are you going to start following
obsessive stuff? Thing you do.
Well, no, it's just obsessive. Like I know who your quarterback is. Like you think that qualifies as an obsessive level of fandom to know the name of your quarterback?
I mean, in high school, it does.
Yeah, I actually don't know the name of the West High School quarterback. Hopefully, the Rebels will be welcomed by the Blount County Refs Association tonight. So
yeah,
I'm sure we'll get a very fair shake out there.
There were some bizarre, very bizarre. I'm interested to see if any of the callers, if anybody watched that game. There were some really bizarre calls. One that benefited Catholic. I've never seen pass interference called in the end zone, and it was half to the distance of the goal. Repeat fourth down for Anderson. I mean, it totally screwed Anderson County. But anyhow.
Somebody called them the Anderson County Bulldogs. It was Tim Vols 85.
Really?
Because of all the Bearden kids they have.
Oh. Is that where all those kids ended up?
Get it? Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Well, the kid who's committed, the running back who's committed to Purdue, forgot his name. But yeah, I mean, that was a good team.
I think they lost their quarterback last night.
All right, we've got Rogers' keys to victory coming up here in just a moment. I understand we have a technical glitch we're working through on the radio side of things. We'll get that squared away for you here, and we will get your score predictions, which you can give us on Facebook. The Crown Cleaners Crown Pick of the Week contest is live on the Facebook machine this afternoon. Logan Quinton and the Sheik coming up, and
so if you're moving across country
co-host
or across town,
Bob Baskerville is going to come by and join us here live at the Casual Pint.
Family. Call
so we'll get to break things down our first
quote.
Football Friday with Bobby B.
Call 800-965-1298.
As we get set for the big changeover on Monday, welcome in Tony P to the Fan Run family from 11 to 1. And, of course, it'll be our first Overreaction Monday of the season. Yeah, on Monday. It's a working Labor Day for all of us here at Fan Run. We will be on with you. So a lot to get to here this afternoon. If you want to chime in, give us a ring, 865-966-3435, 966-3435. Your number to call or text the program this afternoon. We'd love to hear from you, folks. It's 105.7 FM. It's 1340 AM. We're online at fanrunradio.com and your free Fan Run app. And we are live today at the Casual Pint Northshore. I want you to come on out and see us here as you get off work today. And let's get this football weekend started Fan Run style. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back with more. You're listening to The Drive on Fan Run Radio.
TotalLandscapes.com.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-88-997.
Check. You got us. Hello.
Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
Oh, well, there's.
What's the difference between an ordinary
Hello.
EV and a Mercedes-Benz EV? The feeling. Electric is what gets you there.
One,
Mercedes-Benz is what
we hear you guys.
in ways no other automaker can. Feel the freedom of the superbly versatile 7-seater EQB. Revel in the inspired, customizable comfort of the EQE
1, 2, 3. Test. Hello.
Sense
1,
the
2,
brilliant
1, 2, 3.
intelligence
Check.
of the EQE SUV. Discover the boundless capability of the EQS SUV. And luxuriate in the flagship meets spaceship magnificence of the EQS sedan. Every Mercedes-Benz electric vehicle offers the very latest MBUX voice-activated AI software, as well as remote access to a whole host of functions via the Mercedes Me Connect app. The vehicle's electric, the feeling all Mercedes, the choice all yours. Test drive a Mercedes-Benz electric today at your local dealer or learn more at mbusa.com/EQ.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit BlackfordVetSurgery.com.
We do not hear Walker.
Airlines have just reduced their prices even more. Book 30 days in advance and save
1, 2,
big.
1, 2, 3.
Want the
Check.
absolute
1, 2, 3.
lowest prices on your airline tickets? Then call the Low Cost Airlines Travel Hotline right now for prices so low we can't publish them anywhere. The only way to access our low rates and save up to 70% is to call. Save hundreds on your vacation tickets by calling right now. You can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go and pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-631-1754. 800-631-1754. 800-631-1754. That's 800-631-1754.
Hey, Pack Rat. Yeah, you. Are you moving cross country and you just don't know who to call? Call us right now. Listen, you've probably seen one of our containers in your neighborhood, but did you know that we can help you move anywhere in the United States? It's real simple. We'll drop a container off at the location you tell us to bring it to. You pack up your valuable possessions at your leisure. They stay safe right in your home. And when you're ready, call us. We'll come and pick up the container and give you a scheduled date of when your furniture and the other possessions will be at your new home. So if you're moving across country or across town, be a Pack Rat. Join the Pack Rat family. Call Pack Rat right now for your free quote. See y'all later, Pack Rats.
Call 800-965-1298. 800-965-1298. 800-965-1298. That's 800-965-1298.
Hey Knoxville, Surfside iced tea and vodka made with real brewed tea is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
And we are back on the Drive Fan Run Radio, live today at the Casual Pint Northshore. Russell Smith and Bear back with you here as we get ready for Tennessee and Syracuse tomorrow in Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. The Volunteers in orange kicking off at 12 noon. Bear, we'll just go ahead and get into some of Roger's keys to the game here this afternoon as we honor our late friend Roger Davis. He always wanted to know what the keys are, Bear. Well, we've got your keys.
Yeah.
Big Raj.
To winning the game.
Number one, I think we got to hit some of the big ones, right? I mean, we had this conversation yesterday on the show, and we've had it, I don't know, only a million times since last season.
Indeed.
The plays are there to be made. You know it. I know it. We're going to have Mike Matthews, Braylon Staley, Brazel running free through the Syracuse secondary. At some point, Heupel's going to scheme it up. It's going to be there. Joey Aguilar's going to rip it, let it fly. The only question is,
will they connect?
Is he going to hit the open man?
Yeah. And will the open man secure it and get on into the end zone?
Joe Milton could not do it enough. Nico could not do it enough. They did it some, but not to that Hendon Hooker level that we got so accustomed to in 2021 and 2022. So
Hendon did it against the best teams on our schedule. I mean, he absolutely lit Alabama's defense on fire.
So that's number one. Hit some of those big plays. That is far and away the thing I want to see most and would give me the most confidence going forward. Number two, we got to smash Steve Peanut Butter and Jelly.
Smash peanut butter. Okay.
He is back there sitting like a statue in the pocket. Tennessee has a defense that is built to rush the passer under Tim Banks. We've seen it. Obviously, James Pierce is no longer there. This is Joshua Joseph's moment, his chance to rise and shine. We have Caleb Herring, Jordan Ross, 3 deep at that edge rusher position. A lot of other new faces, but experienced faces on that defensive front, and a statue quarterback back there. You got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you do best, which is rush the passer.
Absolutely.
Oh, all right. I'm being told we have to. All right, we will check back in with you here later. If you're listening online on the Restream, hang with us. We will be right back. It's Fan Run Radio. And the drive continues live from the Casual Pint North Shore right after this.
could affect the rest of your life. Remain silent. Request counsel. Call Griffin Law.
For a free consultation, call 888-707-4282. That's 888-707-4282. Or just visit griffinlawdefense.com.
Are you ready to show off that confident, radiant smile you've always dreamed of? Well, here at Knoxville Smiles, we're ready to turn your
Friendly and fair priced, Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service, 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit matlocktireservice.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
Believe in family. Believe in your fellow man. Believe in honesty and an honest day's work. We do. We're Farm Bureau Insurance. And we don't just believe in Tennessee. We believe in Tennesseans. Farm Bureau Insurance, Tennessee's insurance company.
This is Baseball VFL Cody Brown. Farm Bureau Insurance is the official insurance for Tennesseans. Believe in me for all of your insurance needs. Give me a call at 865-992-3871.
Ready to launch your career? Axle Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axle proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axle, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axle Logistics is the place to start your career.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
Hey, folks, if you're in need of a lawyer, you need to call my friend Jerry Givens. I've known Jerry since high school and can personally vouch for him. He's East Tennessee through and through, and if you're going through a divorce, bankruptcy, or a DUI case, you'll need someone you can trust on your side to help you navigate the local legal system. You can trust Jerry Givens. Call the law offices of Jerry Givens today at 865-801-9250 to schedule your free consultation. That's 801-9250.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Good afternoon, T9. Those help trucks are out here in West Knoxville assisting with a couple of disabled vehicles. Now, it's gotten heavier at times in a couple of spots, especially up and down Kingston Pike in the Bearden area. We have seen radar today, quite a bit of it, actually north of Knoxville on 75 as you work your way up through certain parts of Anderson County, and especially Campbell County also. If your check engine light comes on, just Google search Knuckle Busters Amco Knoxville. Amco, serving East Tennessee since 1962. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
All right, back again here on Fan Run Radio. Russell Smith and Bear coming to you live today from the Casual Pint Northshore. Apologize for the technical difficulties there this afternoon. We're trying out some new things as we get ready for a new era of Fan Run Radio that starts Monday when we switch up the programming schedule a little bit. It begins at 8 a.m. with Talk Sports, John and Cody, and then we welcome Tony Basilio to the Fan Run family. He'll be on from 11 to 1, and we will be following Chase Thomas from 3 to 6 right here on The Drive, our first Overreaction Monday edition of the show coming up Monday here on Fan Run Radio. We are live today at the Casual Pint North Shore. Would love to see you out here this afternoon. Going to tell you more about what they've got going on out here as we roll through the next 2.5 hour edition of the show today. There, we got halfway through Rogers Keys when we lost our connection earlier. So where was I? I think we had just talked about we had just smashed peanut butter and jelly. Yeah. All right. Control the line of scrimmage. This is where you get into the whole SEC versus ACC debate. I know this team, Syracuse, went 10-3 last year, just like us. But come on, they didn't do it against SEC. They weren't beating Alabama last year. They weren't going on the road to play Arkansas and some of the other teams that we did. They did not beat a team like Florida last season. This is a game Tennessee should be able to impose their will on and just win with the size and physicality of our team versus their team. This is where you say something.
Yeah, no, I'm just sitting here. I mean, everything you're saying is right. It's just, this is a game where it's going to come down to just simply, do we go out tomorrow and execute, and just because we're a lot more talented than they are athletically, physically, and do we just execute and win this game? Like, I feel like this game should probably be like a 38-14 kind of game. To me. I mean, you tell me I'm wrong. I feel like the talent differential is.
I'm getting there. After number 4, I'll give you my score. I think you're on the right path here. Fourth, I would just say, hey, don't screw it up. Turnovers, penalties. These are the things that can keep Syracuse in the game. We are one of the most penalized teams in college football under Josh Heupel. That, I think we all understand, is pretty much baked into the cake at this point. Opening game jitters, whatever, new offensive linemen, you could see some false starts, things like that. I wouldn't be terribly surprised, but we just keep the penalties to a dull roar. Maybe less than 10 would be nice. Just keep it in the single digits would be my strong preference.
Under 8 would be fantastic. The big thing for me is we got the turnovers, but that's something that Heupel hasn't had a lot of since he's been here. We've been pretty good about protecting the ball.
So those are Rogers' 4 keys to victory. Hit some of the big ones, smash peanut butter and jelly, and then control the line of scrimmage and don't screw it up. If Tennessee does all those things, I've got the Vols covering the 13.5-point spread with ease tomorrow. My score, Tennessee 34, Syracuse 13. Give me the Vols
by 3 scores tomorrow in the ATL. You can give us your score prediction on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/The Drive with Russell Smith. It is the Crown Cleaners Crown Pick of the week. Get your score in before the game kicks off tomorrow, as you will win gift cards from Crown Cleaners, the Pizza Kitchen, and a Fan Run Radio gift pack. Don't forget voluntary reaction. As soon as the game is over tomorrow, we will be live on your Fan Run app, taking your phone calls, breaking it down to levels beyond scientific. 3:30-ish, probably, with the noon kickoff. And hopefully we will be drinking from the Keg of Glory. Let's go right now, Bear. This is a tradition. The day before the first game, we always get a call from our good friend Lars.
Oh boy, yeah.
Lars, you're up first today on The Drive. What's going on, man?
Open the tee! What up, Russell? What up, Bear?
What's going on, my man? I've been waiting on that
We're going
all
to beat
summer
the
long.
hell out of Syracuse tomorrow.
I'll have some of that.
Listen, let's keep it simple. You establish the running game early. Heupel likes to do that. And if every Syracuse beat writer and local reporter has been completely misled, let's start going deep. I know we aren't sure what we have at quarterback, but let's give Joey Football the opportunity to earn that name early tomorrow. Let's run the score up on these guys. And all 6 Syracuse fans on X all week have been hooting and hollering about this, that, and the other. Who's the real Big Orange? Listen, I know they got a literal big orange mascot. We have our own great pumpkin of sorts in Josh Heupel. And I'm not body shaming. He and I have similar body types. I can say that. So, but plain and simple, I think we cover. I think we handle. It might be close early, but we've made it. We're here. We've opened the tee, and tomorrow we shall drink from the Keg of Glory. So let it be written. So let it be done.
Lars, great to hear from you, my friend. I hope you are well. Thank you so much for calling and doing your civic duty, as Jeremy Pruitt would say.
It is an honor and a privilege. So thank you. And yes, love you guys. Keep doing the Lord's work.
Buddy.
We're going to beat the hell out of Syracuse. Talk to you later. Peace.
Thanks, Lars. Lars calling in with his Open the Tee tradition, started many moons ago, and a tradition that shall never die in a sport that really is all about tradition.
Yeah, I mean, the whole Open the Tee thing, just the genesis of it, from something that we all laughed at to being an integral part of our first game.
What was the question? Was it like new traditions? We were trying to.
I can't even remember, but that poor fella called in,
and we had a caller call in and say that he wanted a new tradition to be established where a fan or dignitary or somebody came out before the band while the band was doing their march, and then he came out and he said, "Open the tee."
Yeah,
you got to open the tee.
Yeah,
and it was immediately panned as like a terrible idea.
It was clowned.
Everybody laughed at that poor guy, but Lars took it upon himself to establish the tradition. Open the tee.
Mm-hmm.
And 10 years later, that guy's call lives on in infamy. Let's get Phil in here next. Phil, you're on the drive. It's Fan Run Radio. Good afternoon, Phil. Hey, Phil.
How you and Bear Bryant doing?
Hey, man, we're doing well. We're out here on the patio at the Casual Pint Northshore. We got good food, good friends, good beverages. Life couldn't be much better.
Couldn't be no better then, could it? I guess Bear was impressed with how Catholic annihilated Anderson County last night. I was. I thought Catholic would be a pile of garbage this year.
I think with the exception of a few of the top teams in the area, I think there's a pretty big difference between the public and private, especially the big classification in private schools.
I think Catholic's the best team in Knox County, no matter the classification.
In Knox
What I've
County?
been watching. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of sloppy football in Knox County. Catholic Midland's got more talent than anybody in Knox County.
Well, we haven't seen Russell's West Rebels play yet, and Alcoa looks like the class of the field right now. And Catholic turns the ball over and commits. Russell committed 6 penalties in one drive last night.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
You keep getting 45-yard gains negated and take them back to the 1 yard line.
I didn't see so many penalty flags in that game last night. Have you?
Well, that's been a recurring theme. I mean, the first game that the Thursday night game last week with Halls and
Flag Fest.
Yeah, well, they had it was Halls and Oak Ridge, and there were 6 or 7 interceptions between the two teams.
Yeah, so it's kind of sloppy football right now.
Do you think that's just a product of these teams are getting more and more specialized and it's not like it was back when we were in high school where it's like you had a 6-play playbook and you ran the same plays, and it's like you're putting so much on these kids that you're going to have mental mistakes, penalties, and
I think that's probably close.
They're throwing so much more than they used to do.
Yeah,
that you're going to have turnovers.
They've got the multi-page wristbands. The quarterbacks do, at least, it seems like.
Well, that Catholic's receiver looked pretty good last night. I mean, but is he going to play over there next year?
Tyreek King?
Yeah. And you got the kid that got a commitment from yesterday, and the kid from Texas, and that kid out there in Utah. That could be the best receiving core they've ever had over there, talent-wise.
They make him the most highly touted.
Alvin Harper, I guess. I mean,
I don't know. Now Alvin Harper, he's something. He was something special. It's pretty big shoes to fill there.
So you think this is we're going to go down and roll them tomorrow?
Hope so.
That's the plan, Phil.
Well,
can you imagine these callers tomorrow afternoon on Voluntary Reaction if Tennessee doesn't find a way to get this dub tomorrow?
Well, if they just play a close game, people will be upset. That's why I predict it's going to be a close game. I want to hear some good talk radio after the game.
And I believe that. Phil would rather Tennessee struggle so that he can listen to and participate in a meltdown than Tennessee just rob business and everybody's happy.
I'm going to say Tennessee probably win 19-13, something like that. It's going to be a defensive struggle. I can see it coming. And you got 2 mediocre quarterbacks going against each other. That's what you're going to see, a defensive game.
Well, Phil, you're either setting yourself up for much shame and ridicule next week here on these airwaves, or you're setting yourself up for one hell of an I told you so.
But 90% of the time, I'm right. See,
I feel like everybody thinks that. 90% of the time, I'm right. We got to take a quick time out. 865-966-3435, your number if you want to get on the show. 966-3435. Call or text the program this afternoon. We're back with more Fan Run Radio right after this.
Hi, I'm Bo Kregner from the Kregner Group. Are you looking to buy or sell a home? Whether you're upgrading, downsizing, or just need a change, it's never been more important to have experienced, trustworthy representation in the real estate process. So if you have any real estate questions, I'd love the opportunity to earn your trust. Call me anytime for a free chat, 865-742-1035, or find me online at BoKnowsHouses.com. The Kregner Group, real estate the right way.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Attention service members and veterans. Introducing the Griffin Law Firm, your trusted ally in military legal matters. From court martials to benefit claims, at Griffin Law, your mission is their mission. Here's VFL Marshall Griffin.
As a veteran and retired military attorney, I've successfully defended lifelong benefits and helped preserve professional futures. So I know that when you hire a military justice lawyer, you maximize your chance to get relief. With my unique experience, I can advocate for you because there's no military matter that's too big or too small. Let us help you make these critical decisions that could affect the rest of your life. Remain silent. Request counsel. Call Griffin Law.
For a free consultation, call 888-707-4282. That's 888-707-4282. Or just visit griffinlawdefense.com.
Are you tired of hiding your smile because of crooked teeth? At Knoxville Smiles, we've got the perfect solution. Invisalign. No metal, no wires. Just clear, comfortable aligners that straighten your teeth without anyone noticing. Eat what you want, smile with confidence, and see results in as little as 6 months. Call us today for more information about Invisalign, 865-539-1776. Or just visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Good afternoon, T-Dots out here trying to untangle a couple of wrecks we had a little bit earlier. 275 looks like it's got a little bit heavier going northbound there at Woodland, Baxter Avenue. As you continue north of town, we have spotted radar at times on 75, certain sections of Anderson County and also up in parts of Campbell County as well. Hey, if your check engine light comes on, don't panic. Just Google search Knuckle Busters Amco Knoxville. Amco serving East Tennessee since 1962. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Fan Run Radio, the drive continues live at the Casual Pint Northshore. I'm Russell Smith alongside Bear, cruising through this first Football Friday edition of the show. Casual Pint Northshore, the place to be. Check out their game day specials, including the Bratton beer combo for $15 plus 15% off pretzels and beer cheese all day long. Yes, 50% off pretzels and beer cheese, and the pretzels and beer cheese seem to be the hit of the patio, at least from the time that we've been out here. You got to love, we've been doing some stuff here at the Casual Pint Northshore for a long time. And my guy, Chris, who used to own the place back when the craft beer craze first started getting going. Yeah. Like that was kind of their thing. It was just the craft beer. They still have that. They've got food now, which is just a fairly recent, the past year or two, addition to what they do here at the Casual Pint. And look, man, good. You got smoked wings, you got all-American flatbread pizza, they've got salad, they've got donuts, they've got a full kids menu here that I was showing the missus, including you got your pretzel bites, your pizza, your chicken poppers, your hot dogs for the kiddos. So it is family friendly. You can bring the kids down here to the Casual Pint Northshore, and they've got something for everyone. So that's where we are till 6 p.m. tonight. Come on out, have a drink, and get something to eat on this. The vibes are pretty incredible. Pretty incredible out here on the patio. Not going to lie. Would love to see you out here today with us as we get set to go back to the busy phone lines. 865-966-3435. Your number to get on today, 966-3435. On 3 Sports, by the way, shout out to Chris Lowe. The news broke while we were on the show yesterday. He's leaving ESPN, resurfacing today at On 3, and breaking news right out of the gate. I don't think it's a huge surprise, but the boys over at On 3 reporting that Jamon McCoy will not play tomorrow and will, in fact, miss, as they put it, quote, multiple games, unquote. So I think some fans were maybe holding out hope that be ready for Georgia. He knocked the rust off against ETSU, be ready for Georgia. Multiple games. I mean, really, that means 2 or more. So kind of vague there, but anyway, are we hoping by Alabama now? Well, I mean, I think that was always going to be realistic. Our guy Ryan Callahan said that a month or so ago. It's like, hey, October, probably a more realistic timeline when you talk about coming back from an ACL tear. He tore his ACL in January October would be getting in that 10-month out range. That's when guys usually, everybody's different, but that's when guys usually start to come back from an injury like that.
I don't know, man. That's had my heart set that he was going to knock off the rest against ETSU and be back for Georgia.
Well, but he's not going to rush. He's got an NFL future to think about next year. He's not, and he shouldn't rush back just to play in the big game against Georgia. First of all, like, what if you re-injure yourself? That would be terrible for everybody. But second of all, like, rushing back means you're not 100% by definition. And you're playing Georgia. I would venture to guess that this Colton Hood guy is going to be pretty good. And I would hope that 100% of Colton Hood is better than 75% of Jermod McCoy.
Yeah, I mean, especially playing that level of talent in that kind of game. It just is what it is. I mean, I think we all kind of knew this in the back of our minds just because of when he did it on the calendar. What was it, like mid-January? So we knew it was going to be a pretty good stretch to get him back early. So, but thankfully they did go out and get Colton Hood, and I don't feel like we've talked about the secondary hardly at all the past few weeks. And
it's something I'll be watching tomorrow. I mean, I think Ricky Gibson at this point is a known commodity. I think we all expect him to play well.
Big chance for him to make his name.
Well, I mean, our team's going to try him, or a team's going to pick on Colton Hood. I think Hood's going to be pretty good. We'll get back into that as we continue. You're listening to The Drive, Fan Run Radio. Coming up, we'll send things back to Walker with the top four at 4 and continue to take your phone calls and texts as we get ready for hour number 2 of The Drive, live today at the Casual Pint Northshore, 2045 Thunderhead Road in West Knoxville. Stay with us. We're back with more right after this.
The Drive.
It's football time at Tennessee, so crack open a cold beer that doesn't fumble the flavor. Garage Beer is 100% beer-flavored beer. No gimmicks, just cold beer. Built for bonfires, backyards, and beating Bama. Garage Beer is proud to be brewed right here in the Volunteer State. So pick up a 12-pack today and look for The Drive celebrating Football Fridays at select Garage Beer headquarters around town this fall. American-owned, Tennessee-brewed Garage Beer. 100% beer-flavored beer.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
The Voluntary Reaction.
This football season, tune into Big Orange Country's post-game radio free-for-all, The Voluntary Reaction, presented by the Griffin Law Firm. We'll be live on the Fan Run Radio app as soon as every UT game is over, taking your calls and breaking down the game to levels that can only be described as beyond scientific. So tune in and drink with us from the keg of glory or drown in the pool of despair. The Voluntary Reaction on Fan Run Radio.
The Voluntary Reaction. Raw, unfiltered, real.
The Tennessee Volunteers kick off the 2025 season against Syracuse on Saturday, and the Fan Run Radio crew will be watching the game at Barley's in the Old City. You should watch it there with us, too. Kickoff is at noon, and we'll be there before that getting fired up for the season opener. Food, drinks, football, and fun. We hope to see you there.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Citizens
National Bank.
Are you getting penalized because you can't make it to your bank on time? No need for unnecessary roughness. It's time for a new game plan. Easily manage your accounts with Citizens National Bank's mobile banking app. Check your balance, deposit a check, and pay a bill all from your phone with CNB's mobile banking.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Hello, is Tina there?
Who's this?
Yeah, this is Vince from the hit reality show Wives Don't Tell. Tina applied for our show to confess that her husband won't go to the doctor to get his erectile dysfunction checked. She said she's ready for a guy that can bring the heat.
All right, what the is going on? You know you're talking to her husband right now? Tina!
Well, she wrote the application that her man's performance is questionable. She's basically married to a coffee table. She also said, we live within driving distance to Men's Pro Knoxville, but he's too scared to get a blood test.
Oh my, she is done. She is so done.
Gotcha, Mike. It's nephew Tommy. Ain't no reality show. It's a prank. Men's Pro Knoxville is the real deal, fellas. Local experts, test results in minutes. Call 865-544-8220 or hit men'spro-knoxville.com before your lady books a new co-star. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
It's time for the Drive's Top 4 at 4.
Hour number 2 of the drive underway here on Fan Run Radio. Russ LeBaire coming to you live today from the Casual Pint Northshore. And we send things back to Walker Smith, standing by in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios with today's Top 4 at 4. Walker.
Thank you, Russ. At number 1, we are less than 24 hours away from kickoff of the Tennessee football season. The Vols open the campaign against Syracuse in Atlanta tomorrow. Kickoff is set for noon Eastern time on ESPN. Tennessee is currently a minus 13.5 point favorite.
Could our beloved Volunteers be one of the cover boys' right sides? Stay tuned. We'll talk to the Sheik coming up in hour number 3. And if you are all well behaved, perhaps he will bless us with a winner or 2. I can tell you there are 4 right sides. I've heard the early copy of the cover boys, and we'll see how many of those he's willing to share with us coming up a little bit later. But, yep, Tennessee, the big favorite so far. A lot of people think that Tennessee will live up to that. And then there's Phil, who's
Phil.
expecting a defensive struggle, yes.
At number 2, 5-star wide receiver Tristan Keys flipped his commitment from LSU to Tennessee last night shortly after our show. He is the number 7 overall prospect and the number 1 wide receiver in the class of 26, according to Rivals. The Vols moved up to number 9 in the 2026 Rivals recruiting rankings and are now number 5 in the SEC.
Big get for Tennessee and Josh Heupel. And, I saw number 9, number 8 on one of the services. We'll go with whoever had us ranked number 8. But, moving up. Yeah, and the buzz is that Ezekiel Harris, the Auburn commit defensive lineman from down in Alabama, might be set to flip to Tennessee on Monday. How much would that improve Tennessee's recruiting rankings? Stay tuned to these spaces to find out.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. These 5-star recruits have so much weight in the recruiting rankings. Like, you just see it with Tristan Keys. Just his commitment, we move up 5 or 6 spots, and we're now almost assured to be a top 10 class outside of signing day. At number 3, Tennessee All-American cornerback Jermod McCoy will miss Saturday's opener against Syracuse and is expected to miss multiple games, but is diligently working to return at some point this season. McCoy tore his ACL while training in January and has told his teammates he will be back, but has yet to return to team periods in practice and hasn't had contact.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think this is a major surprise to anybody who's followed his rehab from that injury closely. That's That's a hard one to come back from. And at that position, you got to have your speed. I mean, you're chasing down 4 NFL wide receivers in this league week in, week out. You can't go out there hobbled with a bum knee. It doesn't work. I mean, it's not at most positions, certainly not at that one. Good news is he looks good. I mean, it looks like he is recovering right on, if not ahead of schedule. And I think he's going to play this year. It just doesn't sound like it's going to happen the first month of the season.
Yeah, it's going to be tough not having him out there for Georgia because that's what it's seeming like now. And that was kind of the target date we all set for him, hoping he'd be back for that game, but it's not looking like it. At number 4, the New England Patriots are releasing veteran safety Jabril Peppers in a surprising shakeup on the back end of their defense, sources told Adam Schefter. Peppers, who is in his 9th NFL season and 4th in New England, has a $4.32 million guaranteed remaining on his contract.
Is he past his prime? Did he lose his fastball? Like, why are they letting him go?
I guess he might be either, trying to do a Patriot way thing of cutting a guy the year before he falls off. That type of situation.
Trying to get back to the Patriot way.
Yeah, the Mike Vrabel Patriot way. He lived it. I guess he's going to try and do the same. And I mean, maybe they get a little bit of salary relief from him. I couldn't tell you. I watch a lot of Jabril Peppers tape and tell you how he's been playing, though.
Well, I mean, he's not that old, is he?
He's in his 9th season in the league. It's a lot of.
Well, maybe he is. Yeah, maybe he is. Okay. Guys, sneak up on me.
I know it's really. I feel like
you find out like Jabril Peppers is 30.
Yeah,
he's old now. Yeah. All right, thank you, Walker. That is the top 4 at Forge, brought to you by the Casual Pint Northshore Craft Bistro, as they call it. You can come on out and join us here this afternoon. Try some of the great food and beverages they have set up for us. And, they got cheeseburgers back there. They've got your hot dogs. They've got your salads, chicken wings, bone-in or boneless. They've even got desserts, the Nightingale ice cream sandwiches. Sound pretty tasty, if I do say so myself, and a full selection of craft beer out here. We've already got some listeners out enjoying a few of those. Coming up, we will visit with our friend, the Cookie Man, Logan Quinton, joins us to preview the Friday Night Lights high school action across the area tonight. And we already mentioned John Hodge, the Sheik, coming up in hour number 3. Enjoyed watching the games last night. As I said, we were doing our fantasy draft, and I couldn't pay attention too much to what was going on the TV for the early games, but I did get home and watched all of the second half of Nebraska's game against Cincinnati. I don't know how much the Huskers have improved. Look like the same old Nebraska to me.
Yeah, but they've got that's what I said yesterday. If you look at their schedule, it's really pretty navigable as far as there's a path for them to get to 10 wins and not really be very good.
Yeah. Yeah, they might be the Indiana.
Yeah, that's what I was saying yesterday
of this season, but
they were not. Dylan Ray, he may kind of somewhat resemble Patty Mahomes, but that's not Pat Mahomes.
And Cincinnati had a chance to come back and at least force overtime late in that game, as they've got the ball driving with 2 minutes to go.
Right.
A long way to go, but all you need is a field goal to tie it, and dropping back and taking a chance. I don't know if you saw it, but just chucking it into the end zone at the end when all you needed was 3. Bit of a anticlimactic ending to that one.
They didn't try and get it a little bit closer in the field goal range.
No, they went for the gusto.
Wow. Okay.
Auburn's at Baylor tonight. Looking forward to watching that one. I saw Josh Pate made a great point on Twitter earlier today. Is there any way that this game doesn't descend into some sort of comical farce tonight down in Waco?
No, that's what I'm banking on. That's what my plans are for this evening, were to watch this one. I mean, if just for the implications for the Right Reverend, if they go out and lose that game tonight, after, they've kind of been on him down there. I feel like for the golf thing, the not really recruiting very well deal he seems to be trying, whatever that is. So they lose this game, I imagine things are going to get pretty heated down on the Plains pretty quick.
Yeah, it's got craziness written all over it.
Like triple overtime crazy?
I don't know. Just guys not living up to the hype. Weird things happen down in Waco, have for a long time. Shout out to David Koresh. And then Auburn, under the Right Reverend, has been an adventure from day one, as we all know. So we'll see how that one shakes out. The other game that's interesting I think these both start at 8. Auburn and Baylor on ESPN, and then on Fox, it's Georgia Tech at Colorado. Now, for us old heads, I feel like this should settle definitively once and for all the 1990 national championship.
Absolutely.
One of the last split titles. Look it up, kids. That's a thing. It was really frustrating. But Georgia Tech and Colorado were split national champions in 1990. For some of you, that might seem like ancient history. For me, it seems like just yesterday.
Also in a year where, if you look back on it, the fact that Tennessee wasn't, they could have easily, if just a few plays had gone differently that year, Tennessee probably could have won their first national championship under Majors instead of, however long it was till we finally got one. 7 more years.
Could have been in that conversation if a couple of other things happened. But, Colorado had a good program back then under Bill McCartney. They are a shell of that now. We'll see what happens with Deion Sanders tonight in Boulder. Year 3 for Coach Prime. None of his kids on the team. No Travis Hunter to rely on. Does have Caden Salter and a couple of other former Vols. But is that enough to keep the momentum going? 8-4 last year, I think.
Right. Is that the high water mark for him in Colorado?
Just all the health problems that he's had and everything. A lot of people wondering, myself included, how dialed in is Deion for the long haul in Boulder?
Yeah, or at what point do you prioritize your own health and well-being? That's not a healthy lifestyle for somebody who's battling what seems to be pretty serious chronic medical problems. So, but now, funny you should mention Caden Salter. I find it a lot easier to root for Caden Salter. Like, I really hope he lights it up, man.
He'll light it up.
I know he will, and that's why.
He'll light it up after the game.
He can light it up during the game, before, during, and after. But unlike Nico, I'm actually going to, kind of pull for him. You say if things had gone a little bit different here, he might have been the...
I guess I'm Caden Salter neutral. I'm not neutral on Nico. I don't want bad things to happen to him. I just don't want that team to do well. I don't want him to play well for a variety of reasons. But
I'd like for his dad to go broke.
I'm not necessarily a Deion hater, but I can't imagine myself not pulling for Georgia Tech in that one tonight. And is Haynes King still there? He's like 37 years old. He's going into his 8th season of college football.
That's right. Jim Chaney wanted him here, correct?
Yeah.
I really can't remember when Jim Chaney coached here.
That was the guy he wanted instead of Harrison Bailey back in 2020 because he saw he saw the difference between the two. But Harrison Bailey also still playing college football. He'll be a backup at Florida this year. So that's on the agenda tonight. The Friday Night Lights, we'll talk with Logan about that here in just a little bit. But tomorrow is, of course, the main course, the first college football Saturday of the year. We'll be live, by the way, at Barley's down in the Old City watching the game if you want to come out to a Fan Run Radio listener watch party tomorrow. I'll be getting there around 11:30 or so and getting set up to watch the game. And then we've got voluntary reaction right after it. Of course, the Texas-Ohio State game going on during our game. Probably won't be watching that one too closely, but very interested to see what the result is up there in Columbus. As it's interesting, the last time these two teams played, it was in Jerry World and Ohio State beat the brakes off them.
When was this?
Fast forward 2 years later, and it's Ohio State like a 1.5 point favorite or something with a lot of money coming in on the Longhorns.
I thought I read somewhere where Texas had actually gone to -1 because somebody down in Texas laid some abnormally large bet and it moved the line. Like $500,000.
Like in the last 24 hours?
Yeah, I could have sworn I saw something on Twitter about it yesterday. That the line had actually moved a little bit. Some huge, insane bet had come in on Texas.
Yeah, there's a lot of money coming in on the Longhorns. I don't know if it was enough to manipulate the line, but we'll talk to the Sheik about that coming up here in hour number 3 of the program. But,
I mean, how's Arch going to handle playing at, a stage that get any bigger than being at the Horseshoe on the big noon game?
Well,
to make your
part of me wants to, far be it for me to root too much for Texas or any other SEC team, but Texas fans have done what we did back in December, where there's going to be I don't know if there's going to be 50,000 Texas fans in there or whatever the number of Tennessee fans was like, but there are going to be a lot of Longhorns in the Horseshoe, and I'd be lying if I didn't say there was a small part of me who was looking and hoping that Texas would smash,
just dismantle
Ohio State on their home field.
And that would be kind of funny from an SEC Big Ten standpoint, but the Texas fans are so obnoxious, Russell, that I almost can't wish anything good for them. And they've got a Manning. I don't think that's fair.
Like us and Ole Miss should be the only ones allowed to have a Manning?
Yeah, honestly.
Well, Marshall's coming up through the pipeline.
He is down there. Where's he at? Baylor?
Yeah. Freshman season at Baylor. Keep our eye on that developing situation. But, yeah, we got the smorgasbord tomorrow, Bama, Florida State in that noon game, and then Clemson and LSU closing it out with, of course, a bunch of other games coming up tomorrow, and then the late one, UCLA and Utah. So it's a full slate
in that one. What is there a game? I may have misheard you. Is there a game Monday night?
What's I'm blanking. What is the Monday game? Walker, do you know? The top of your head?
Let me find it for you real quick. Is it Miami Notre Dame, or is that Miami Notre Dame is Monday?
Yeah, that's the big one Monday.
Yeah, because the night game is Clemson LSU is Sunday night.
Okay.
Yes.
Am I wrong, Walker? It just seems like LSU and Florida State have been slotted into that Monday night game for the past few years.
Well, they played a home and home the last 2 years, and I think both of those games were the Monday night or Sunday night game, so that makes sense.
Hold on, it's Clemson LSU is tomorrow, Walker. Notre Dame Miami is Sunday night, and then TCU North Carolina is Monday.
Oh, they put the Belichick game. Okay.
Yeah.
When is Miami Notre Dame tomorrow? Then is that a night game?
It's Notre Dame Miami is Sunday evening.
Sunday.
LSU,
okay.
I'm sorry. What did I say? LSU Clemson is tomorrow. Notre Dame Miami is Sunday. The other one I'm looking forward to just as much is South Carolina plays Sunday against Virginia Tech. And I'm interested to see how good South Carolina is. I mean, there's a couple of quarterbacks. This one's in Mercedes-Benz as well, by the way. There's a couple of quarterbacks, Lagway and Norris Sellers get all this hype, all this preseason pub.
Mm-hmm.
I just need to see a little more out of both of them before I start enjoying either one. I was sitting here saying they're busts, but maybe on bust watch.
I feel like Lagway did more last year to me than Lenoris, but granted, I did not see a lot of Lenoris's games, and I have to remind myself not to.
You think Lenoris did more?
No, I didn't see as many.
Lenoris did more than Lagway.
Yeah,
I mean, he played more, and
I didn't see a lot of South Carolina games last year.
I think South Carolina probably would have beaten LSU if Lenore Sellers hadn't tweaked an ankle a little bit, which they were yo-yoing back and forth with Robbie Ashford, and and had a bad call go against them ultimately in that one as well. So I think Sellers is like more proven to me. Right. It seems like the scouts kind of think Lagway has the bigger upside. I just want to see more from both before we crown either one. Kind of the same thing with Arch and Julian saying tomorrow in Columbus. So there's a lot of unknowns. It's not just Tennessee and Syracuse that are kind of having the how good are we actually going to be conversation. Take a quick time out. Logan Quinton, the Cookie Man, set to join us when we continue. You're listening to The Drive right here on Fan Run Radio, and we are back with more right after this.
The Drive.
Catch up with all things Fan Run by subscribing to our podcast feed. Like, rate, and download the show from the Fan Run app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hungry for some mouth-watering barbecue? Then take the quick drive up I-75 to Rickard Ridge for some of the best barbecue you'll ever have. Fall off the bone, Memphis-style baby back ribs, slow-smoked chicken thighs, and fresh hand-cut steaks. Rickard Ridge has something for everyone. Located in Cove Lake State Park with a spectacular view of the Cumberland Mountains, Rickard Ridge. It's more than just dinner, it's a destination. Check out their full menu and catering options online at rickardridgebbq.com.
Friday Night Lights are back, and that means so is the SM Athletics Friday Night Scoreboard Show. Join me, Tim Hill, a.k.a. Vols Tim 85, and my crew every Friday night starting at 9:30 p.m. Live action, live calls, and all of the biggest talking points in East Tennessee high school football. It's the Friday Night Scoreboard Show presented by SM Athletics right here on Fan Run Radio, 1340 AM, the free Fan Run app, and streaming live on YouTube on Fan Run TV.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
Have you ever found yourself wishing your clothes looked brand new again? Whether it's your favorite suit, that little black dress, or your comfy winter coat, Crown Cleaners can make it happen. From stubborn stains to delicate fabrics, the expert team at Crown Cleaners uses the latest cleaning technology to ensure your clothes come back looking and feeling fresh. Visit one of their 2 area locations, Kingston Pike on Bearden Hill or South Northshore Drive near Dunkin' Donuts. Online at crowncleaners.com. Crown Cleaners, a tradition of excellence.
Hey folks, if you're in need of a lawyer, you need to call my friend Jerry Givens. I've known Jerry since high school and can personally vouch for him. He's East Tennessee through and through, and if you're going through a divorce, bankruptcy, or a DUI case, you'll need someone you can trust on your side to help you navigate the local legal system. You can trust Jerry Givens. Call the law offices of Jerry Givens today at 865-801-9250 to schedule your free consultation. That's 801-9250.
Good afternoon. A couple of accidents being cleared up out here as it gets heavier, right where you would expect. I-40 through downtown here at Alcoa Highway. Alcoa Highway itself was already starting to build southbound. As you head back towards the Blount County area, a lot of traffic there around the airport as expected. Anytime near a holiday, it's gotten heavier 40 east and west now over the top of West Hills. Turn your gold and silver coins into cash at Fountain City Jewelers, located right in the heart of Fountain City. They're right there next to the Littons. That's Fountain City Jewelers. I'm Commander Chuck when you're on time traffic.
Fan Run Radio, the drive continues. live today at the Casual Pint Northshore. I'm Russell Smith alongside Bear as we do it live today here on Fan Run Radio, and pleased to be joined by the Cookie Man, Logan Quinton, with us on the phone. Good afternoon, LQ. How are you, sir?
Good afternoon, fellas. Doing fantastic. I've already had my golden Oreo cookie from Crumble, so I'm feeling the vibes. More on that in a minute. But first off, Russ, huge shout out, and just it's kind of a celebratory weekend as Tennessee football kicks off, and also to coincide with the news of Tony Basilio joining the Fan Run family. Ecstatic about that.
Yeah, it's been a big week here. Not even some technical difficulties could keep us down here today out at the Casual Pint North Shore. Logan, we're getting ready for the Friday night lights. The weather is beautiful. Tell me we are not going to have a repeat as we my alma mater, West, yours, Powell. Like, there's a friendly rivalry there through the years, but we were brothers in arms this past weekend as both our teams got, at least you guys got to play a little. My Rebels didn't even get to take the field.
Yeah, such a wonky weekend. You had some teams continue play the next day, and like you mentioned, some played a few minutes, some played a half. Crazy weekend last weekend, but I think those that didn't get a full sample of high school football last weekend, they'll get their money's worth tonight.
Yes, it looks like the weather is all set, and you are out amongst the Farragutians in West Knoxville as the Admirals, who took it on the chin against Sevier County last week, and Powell, who, of course, no contest with Anderson County. So two teams looking for their first win of the season, and one of my favorite places to watch high school football is out there at Farragut, that huge stadium on the home side, and I'm sure you guys will have a full house out there tonight.
Yeah, we expect to, and this is a matchup that, some may overlook. Looking back at last year, this matchup at Powell, the Panthers won 35-7, but in terms of Farragut, they started out 0-5, and they ended up winning 4 games, fellas, and one of those wins was against Oak Ridge. They almost took down Maryville at the end of the season last year. They really had some resolve. The second half of the season last year, you wonder how much that's going to carry over. And, Powell's a little banged up. A lot of teams already banged up after week 1. And so Farragut's licking their chops, and the Panthers can't overlook the Admirals. And like you said, it's a fantastic venue. The weather's going to be great. You're going to get maybe a little taste of fall once the sun goes down, and the sunset's amazing out there at Farragut. And so we're in for an exciting matchup tonight.
Lots of good matchups this evening. Now, out in Blount County, it's a battle of the Rebels. West is at Maryville. We mentioned, West doesn't get to play last week. And I always go back to that old coaching adage. You always make your most improvement from the first week to the second week, first game to game 2. And, of course, Maryville had their hands full. They lost to Alcoa, but, that's got to be a lot of lessons learned there. I feel like that gives Maryville a pretty major advantage, also playing at home. How do you see this one shaking out?
Russ, Maryville's game last week, when we previewed Alcoa and Maryville, I thought I had a good feel for that one, and I was wrong. And I think I have a good feel for this one. It's Rebel on Rebel crime. I think Maryville comes out on top on this one. I think they're going to bounce back from the Battle of Pistol Creek. But like you mentioned, West barely broke a sweat, right, last weekend. So advantage Maryville there, but I expect West to come out prepared. I think this has the makings of a one-score game. I think it's going to be tight, but I think ultimately Maryville comes out on top on this one.
Well, I hope you're wrong again, Logan, but man, what a scene for West is they go out there tonight for what will end up being their first game under new coach Barron Chandler, and who's going to be on the other sideline? The old coach Lamar Brown, coaching for Maryville this year.
Yeah, that's the storyline, and that's probably the chess piece in this matchup, right? And another reason that I would lean Maryville, but fantastic game. Like I said, I expect a one-score game. And 2 quality programs going out at out there in Blount County.
Couple of teams looking for their first win. I think our guy Walker is going to be at this one. Central at Fulton. It's the Battle of Broadway. The Falcons really got drilled last week.
Really?
Was it Macon County? I think put a hurting on them. Both teams will be looking to avenge losses from last week, and you get these two rivals, and so many of those kids out there grew up, going to schools together, playing against each other, sports and everything. And this is one where it's kind of a blood feud when the Bobcats and the Falcons get together.
Yeah, the Battle of Broadway goes way back, and this is another one of those non-region matchups, but that has a rich history. Justin Long still kind of building that foundation with the Fulton Falcons program, and I'm sure he's going to continue to do a good job in yeoman's work out there with Fulton. This one probably I'd give the edge to Central, but just in terms of depth and quality pieces that from contributors and also those depth pieces. So I'd go the Bobcats in this one, but you can't overlook Justin Long and the Falcons.
Logan Quinton with us this afternoon. He joins us every Friday during high school football season for a look at the Friday Night Lights, brought to you by our friends at Crumble Cookies. What else are we watching this weekend, Logan?
Well, Clinton and Oak Ridge, always spicy. And these teams, they used to be in the same region together. Now Oak Ridge is up to 6A, but there's no hate loss between these two. So that one's spicy. And I'd be remiss not to mention Carnes and South Dual. The Cherokees across the river, L.A. Hedrick put up a 50 spot, 52 points against AE last week. That was very loud. Carnes is hosting them, and they're going to have a lot of mojo going on. Carnes Athletics actually did their first annual, I don't know if it's going to be annual, but it's their first induction of a Hall of Fame. And this was a star-studded event. Happened last night. They're going to honor those members today at the game. And you're talking about guys like J.J. McCleskey, Roth, a Tennessee basketball legend. And then I'd like to mention my father-in-law, Coach Cathy. Anybody that is a Carnes Beaver knows Rick Cathy very well, and he coached track and football for a long time out there. He's on the right side of Beaver Creek now, doing his work at Powell, but they're going to induct that class and honor them tonight out there at Carnes.
Wow. Some legendary Beavers getting honored tonight out there. I mean, are Doug Roth and J.J. McCleskey both going to be there?
Yes, they were at the induction. So J.J. flew in from Tulane and was at the induction ceremony last night. I'm not sure. Out? Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going back for the weekend contest that Tulane has. I don't know the status of that, but I'm pretty sure Roth is going to be there in person. But that was a very cool event. I couldn't attend because we had soccer at Powell, but just seeing the pictures and all the legends. I mean, the list was long of All-Americans, ties to Lady Vol basketball and Pat Summit. Just the list goes on. And those were just some names and legends of Carnes Athletics history.
We'll call this the year of the Beaver with Deshaun Bishop getting set. Have you guys seen the picture that's gone viral of him?
Yeah, I did. Logan, I also saw in a couple different plays, I saw an interview with him where it sounds like he's been focused on, like he has been at everything he's supposed to have been at. He's been working really hard in the off season. I wish I'd made him a pick to click.
Yeah, saw this kid up close and personal, many a times, and he always had that just natural fast twitch and was well built, but good grief. The work he's put in at Tennessee football this off season, yeah, like you mentioned, Russ, that picture speaks for itself. And if he can stay healthy, that's going to be a lead back for the Vols.
If you haven't seen the picture of Deshaun Bishop that went viral this week, I believe our friends at More Important Issues put that out. It's out there in the social media sphere somewhere. And yeah, I mean, I never thought he was that big. I mean, he wasn't a scat back, but I didn't ever think he was big. He's gotten big.
He looks like he was working towards being able to compete at the highest level in the SEC.
Well, you know what I always say? I like big backs, and I cannot lie.
He's a big guy.
Yeah, he is a load. Looking forward to seeing him tomorrow. Hey, how about Bears Ultra Boys off to a fast start this year, Logan?
Hey, super impressed. Saw bits and pieces last night, and it really didn't need a full sample for their game to speak loudly. They're young. They're not just talented. They're young. And, man, I think the quarterback, Bartholomew, looks sharp. Of course, it's going to be a little bit easier for guys at the quarterback position when you have weapons like Tyreek King. But it wasn't just King. It was these other components that I was so impressed with just across the board. And when you have guys like Josh Jones and Rusty Bradley, like pulling from different directions, and you get this kind of output early on. If you look at their schedule, I mean, power rank their schedule. I understand market adjustment, like anybody can argue tough schedule, but Catholic, their schedule is daunting year in and year out. And you could conceivably think, hey, they're going to go 0-3, but they're off to a 2-0 start. They have Lipscomb Academy next week. I think they look very, very sharp early on. And I think the long-term success is starting to build for the Catholic Irish.
All right. Well, Bear will be glad to hear that. Logan, really appreciate the time, my man. Anything else high school football-wise that we need to hit on that we haven't before we talk cookies?
I think we ate a full slate there, Russ. That was a mouthful. And I tell you what, the cookie, the pick to click this week, the Golden Oreo, already had mine because at Powell High School, we got notified today that we got a 5-star designation for student achievement for the second year in a row. So shout out to the Crumble of Clinton Highway, who helped us out with cookies. Every student and every staff member had a cookie accounted for them. In Clinton Highway, Grant, Fletcher, Ethan, and the crew made it happen, and they delivered. And we had a cookie party at the end of the day over at Scarborough Stadium at 2136 West Emory.
Sad I missed that. All right, Logan. Well, the invitation, I'm sure, just got lost in the mail.
No, it was a surprise. It was a surprise.
Yeah, go check out crumblecookies.com for the latest. Find a location near you. We love Crumble Cookies and appreciate Grant and the gang sponsoring our stuff here at Fan Run again this year. Logan, good stuff, my man. Enjoy the Friday night lights, and I'm sure we'll be chatting later this weekend.
Yeah, and I'll be getting on the phone with Tim Hill and the boys later tonight for the high school football show. So, yeah, be sure to check into that, folks, and always fun chatting it up with you guys.
Thanks, Logan. Logan Quinton, the Cookie Man, and yeah, we got a full slate.
It's a fun show they do on Friday.
Well, when we're done, it's a cool Friday night thing that we've set up here at the station. We talk about all the new stuff that we're debuting next week. I mean, you keep it tuned right here to Fan Run Radio. Of course, William Pattison does a spectacular job hosting Overtime, has for a long time now. He'll be on from 6 until 8 p.m. Then at 8 p.m., you've got the Cover Boys, Sheik and Stats doing their thing. Shout out to Anthony, who came out to see us here this afternoon. And as soon as the Cover Boys are done, we're going to hit you up with a special SEC preview that Sam Beard has put together. And then at 9:30, Vols Tim 85 and the Fan Run Friday Night Scoreboard crew presented by SM Athletics takes to the airwaves. And that is a lot of fun, man, because they get calls from people over there. A guy called in from Memphis last week that went to, I think, Memphis University against somebody else. I don't know, but they had a good time. So that's definitely worth a listen if you're into the high school football scene.
The high school football show can get passionate quick.
Absolutely. That's why we love high school ball here in East Tennessee.
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to get back to the college game when we continue, I think, and we will take your phone calls. You've got thoughts on the Vols. Here's your assignment during the break, Bear. First offensive play. What's your play call? And then who scores the first touchdown? I'll let you chew on that like a caramel cookie during the break, and we'll come back. You're listening to The Drive, Fan Run Radio. 865-966-3435 is your number to get up with us. 966-3435. Call or text the show today. Back with more right after this.
The Drive. Streaming worldwide at fanrunradio.com and on the free Fan Run app. This is Big Orange Country's sports talk radio superstation. Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
It's time for the North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week. Brought to you by North Knox Siding and Windows. Call 865-689-0505 or visit them online at northknoxsidingandwindows.com.
This week's North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week is Catholic High School defensive back Chaz Smith. Smith led the way defensively with 4 tackles and 2 interceptions, including the game clincher in Catholic's 20-6 win over Murfreesboro Riversdale on the road last week as the Irish begin the season 1-0. Catholic High School's Chaz Smith, this week's North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week.
North Knox Siding and Windows, locally owned and operated, they can handle all your siding, window, gutter, and roofing needs. Call 865-689-0505 for a free estimate or go online to northknoxsidingandwindows.com.
Citizens National Bank.
We believe a good game plan is essential for success. With a CNB Plus Perks checking account, you'll save money with cell phone protection, roadside assistance, identity theft protection, and more. Banking at CNB has its perks. Find out more at cnbtn.com.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Hi, this is Bo Kregner from the Kregner Group at Realty Executives. And I know there's a lot of choices here in East Tennessee when it comes to choosing a realtor. Here's why the Kregner Group is different. At the Kregner Group, our motto is walking by faith, serving others. It's how I live my life. It's how I run my business. Here at the Kregner Group, we're committed to doing real estate the right way. Faith, honesty, integrity. The Kregner Group. Call me anytime at 865-742-1035 or visit my website at boknowshouses.com.
Next week is your last chance to see your Knoxville Smokies in action this season.
No way.
Join us for our final All-You-Can-Eat Wednesday. Less than $30 gets you into the game and all the food your stomach can handle. We also have Thirsty Thursday with half-off draft beers, fireworks Friday and Saturday nights, and Fan Appreciation Day on Sunday with free prizes given out during the game. It's your last chance, so get those tickets now at smokiesbaseball.com.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Good afternoon. T-Dot's still out here working with a couple of wrecks. Now, it's gotten heavier in West Knoxville, right on schedule with that volume on 40 East and West, not only over the top of West Hills, but coming past Paper Mill, building through downtown. 40 West can run a little bit slow at times here at Alcoa Highway 17th Street area. Hey, check engine light comes on. Don't worry. Just Google search Knuckle Busters Amco Knoxville. Amco, serving East Tennessee since 1962. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Fan Run Radio, the drive continues. Russell LeBaire on the patio out here at the Casual Pint. We got to come up with a nickname for Nick now that he's a champion.
His Royal Highness.
You know how I'm a fan of alliteration. What can we do with N?
Nick, notorious.
The notorious Nick.
N-I.
We'll workshop that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nick. This year's What You Talk About champion. Conor McGregor walked in here with a beer and just poured it over his head and threw the glass down on the concrete out here. I'm just making that last part up, but he definitely had a smile 10 feet wide when he came out here. So you come out here and meet Nick as well. He's going to some Friday Night Lights action tonight as well here in West Knoxville.
Who does Farragut have tonight? Powell.
We just broke the game down. You were sitting right here. This is less than 10 minutes ago. Logan Quinton. Did you not hear me say he's amongst the Farragutians?
No.
Like what? You're looking right at what's going on in your head when we're having these conversations.
You know the GIF of Zach Galifianakis in The Hangover?
I think more like Homer Simpson on the jury, just singing the old Meow Mix jingle. Meow 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 meow.
Bird's the word.
Westchester, you're on the drive. It's Fan Run Radio.
Gentlemen, greetings from beautiful Farragut, Tennessee, home of Bill Clabo Field. How are y'all doing?
Are you going to be at Bill Clabo Field as well tonight?
I am.
Man, we are packing them in there.
All the cool kids are out here. Brian Rice is broadcasting. Logan's broadcasting. You're sitting at home. All the cool kids are here.
Notorious Nick. Oh, man, that's the place to be, evidently. My attention's going to be focused in Blount County tonight, Westchester.
I hate to break it to you, Russ, but the quicker you realize this, the happier you're going to be in the long run. This is the revenge tour that everyone's going to get on West this season, starting with Maryville. They're going to struggle a little bit. I hate to say that Maryville's going to win this game tonight, but Logan's kind of dead on, and just going to have to
I'm
chalk
fully
this up as a
prepared
rebuilding year and move on.
I'm fully prepared for the Blount County Refs Association to have a bunch of phantom flags and whatever else is most surely going to happen tonight.
I mean, was it last year? Were you out at that game last year, Westchester, when they turned the lights out on Bearden High School when they were driving to score to win?
No, I was not.
They had a power outage. Well, that was isolated.
Was that last? I feel like that was a couple of years ago, but yeah, they turned the lights out on Bearden. Literally turned the lights out in the stadium.
You could
for
like
still,
10 minutes. Yeah, and the lights are still on in the school behind it.
Allowed their defense to get a breather and finish out the win.
Maybe get some Gatorade.
That was classic Blount County.
Yeah, without a doubt.
If y'all want to talk about a culture shock, I went out last night on Thursday night to Seymour to watch Seymour and Pigeon Forge. Today I'm watching Powell and Farragut. Little different atmospheres at these two games tonight.
Well, yeah, I mean, a little higher enrollment, I guess.
I feel for those. I feel for those kids at those small schools that are playing up. I don't know if they're playing up or not, but when you've got about, I didn't do a hard count, but I counted roughly 40 dressed players on Pigeon Forge's sideline. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's a 4A school. They dress in 40 for a varsity game. So, yeah, that's this poor kids. And you get a chance to see them play, it's kind of a throwback because until they were down big and absolutely had to do it, they're a run first, run second, run third. Oh crap, we got to throw the ball kind of team. So, but looking forward to a good game out here tonight. I think Powell's going to be struggling. We'll see if they can adjust with their possible unofficial replacement quarterback. Second, next man up at quarterback, I believe, is what the rumor is. But we'll see what happens there. Farragut's always been struggling. I feel for Powell because this was kind of their year to walk all over 5A and get their last chance at it for a while with West being down, Bearden being down, Farragut being down. So I thought this was their year, but we'll see what happens. It starts tonight. They got to take care of business. They got a tough break last week. And Bear, I got to eat some crow. And I'll tell you this: I agreed with Logan, and he and I had talked about this off the air. And I thought Catholic was going to start 0-3. So congratulations to your football factory for a heck of a start. And I'll tell you what: last time they had a guy named Smith in the secondary, you ended up going to Notre Dame. They did some amazing things over there. So I think they're a force to be reckoned with, and they've impressed me so far. So we'll see what they can do. Guys, that's about all I got. If Tennessee can score 21 points tomorrow, then they win. So that's as positive as I know how to be. And let's all be Virginia Tech fans on Sunday. Go Vols. Love you guys. Thanks.
Thank you, Westchester. Appreciate the phone call. Westchester being high school football guy,
but knowledgeable.
It's strange.
Coherent.
Yeah. He's finally found his groove after all these years.
Yeah.
Huh?
I mean, we'll see. I don't know. I watched Catholic play last night. They're going to have to clean up a lot of stuff, or they're going to get beat 50-0 once they get into region play.
Steve-O on the text box with an excellent question that we have not discussed yet this year. I mean, how did we miss this, guys? We have broken this roster down and the two deep down 6 ways, just as many different angles as we possibly can. There isn't a scenario that I thought we hadn't covered yet, but we have missed one glaring potential weakness and deficiency on this team, something that we have to discuss in depth.
Well, what is it?
Who's going to replace Dane Davis?
Oh,
as the laydown lineman.
I don't know. I just assume that they've got some young star over there ready for his moment in the spotlight.
Maybe Cam Umaroff?
I'm hoping Umaroff might actually give us some decent snaps this year. You think those guys watch the film?
You don't think the laydown lineman is a critical part of what we do?
Could you imagine those guys watching film with hypo? Like, watch how he grabs his knee right here.
Did you see Golish doing it last night?
No, huh?
Oh, it was beautiful.
I saw where Golish beat Boise State.
They had a lineman lay down. They score a quick touchdown. South Florida does last
lineman
night.
Go down like he got
lineman
shot.
Goes down, and he's holding on. They're unbuckling his knee strap. Golish strolls over very slowly, gets down on one knee, and holds the
No, he
kid's
does
hand.
not.
Holding onto his hand.
Get out of here. He does not.
I swear to God. Don't go into the light. It's not your time.
That's incredible.
I mean, I thought they were going to call the stretcher out. Like this is the British Premier League or something.
He's a gambler, man. Do you think there's something to our offense? I'm not saying it's stagnant, but I don't know. I think we look better when Golish was here offensively.
It's quarterback, man. It's quarterback play. It's being able to hit those deep balls. Don't overthink it.
That's been the difference in the Tennessee offense since 22 is we haven't been hitting our deep balls at the same clip.
I'm convinced like Nico was obviously he was young and inexperienced, and the
game was going way too fast.
They shrunk down the package with him. They weren't running all the stuff that they were with Hooker and even Milton, but it's the deep balls, man. If how many did he overthrow? How many did Joe overthrow? It's the deep balls, Bob Baskerville. Good to see you, buddy.
You have to turn him on.
Huh.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I mean, that's apropos, technical difficulties. We'll see if we can get Bob situated here for hour number 2 of the program. But Bob Baskerville is on the premises, ladies and gentlemen, out here at the Casual Pint Northshore. If you want to come out and meet our new co-host, as he'll be joining us full time starting Monday from 3 to 6 here on Fan Run Radio. But yeah, got to replace the laydown lineman. Hashtag it's critical.
I just, like I said, I imagine those guys breaking down film, like how they get better. It tears.
Maybe this is an opportunity for a name we haven't called yet, a Will Satterwhite. I don't know if you trust that position to a newbie tomorrow on such a big stage in Atlanta, a game that we have to win. I mean, that's one ideally you'd like to roll out your true freshman laydown lineman against ETSU or New Mexico State or something like that. It's a big spot tomorrow.
I mean, it's a go-to thing. Are they going to start? Isn't this year going to be the first year of the crackdown?
Well, I mean, that's like in play and on a drive. Yeah, they'll do whatever. I've forgotten even what they said they were going to do, but I mean, that's the beauty of the lay down lineman is like what we go on defense after that. We'll have our backup. We will send a guy in specifically for that. Okay, remember Jackson Lampley? I mean, that dude.
Yeah, I remember him. I mean, he's the Meryl Streep of his generation.
That dude set the standard for the lay down lineman, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Scorsese, Spielberg, all those guys would watch Tennessee linemen laying down and cry.
Daniel Day-Lewis could learn a thing or two from Jackson Lampley. No doubt about it.
The holding the hand thing is just next level from Golis. Golis a gambling man.
Yeah, I guess so.
You see him throw that fake punt for the touchdown in that game? Who? Golis's boys.
Yeah.
Fake punt threw like a 55, 60-yard touchdown pass. That kid threw that thing on a rope.
A lot of people think Alex Golesh is going to be coaching in this league somewhere next year.
What would scare you the most?
Florida. I mean, I don't know that it scares me because very rarely is the student better than the master. And I feel like we've got the master in this scenario, but that would take an already heated, bitter, just insane rivalry between Tennessee and Florida and just add another layer of intrigue to it. I'd rather see Golesh there than Kiffin.
Yeah, Kiffin would just be maddening. That would definitely turn that Florida game back up to like Spurrier level. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it would be
if Kiffin in Gainesville would be like pouring just rocket fuel on a fire.
It would be intense. We've got an intense third hour headed your way. Stay with us. You're listening to The Drive on Fan Run Radio. I'm Russell Smith. We'll get Bob Baskerville in here with us when we continue on The Drive. More Fan Run Radio coming up.
The Drive.
Hey, Knoxville. Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
The Voluntary Reaction.
This football season, tune into Big Orange Country's post-game radio free-for-all, The Voluntary Reaction, presented by the Griffin Law Firm. We'll be live on the Fan Run Radio app as soon as every UT game is over, taking your calls and breaking down the game to levels that can only be described as beyond scientific. So tune in and drink with us from the keg of glory or drown in the pool of despair. The Voluntary Reaction on Fan Run Radio.
The Voluntary Reaction. Raw, unfiltered, real.
At Knoxville Smiles, we're bringing the future of modern dental care to East Tennessee today. All of the scraping and polishing with the gritty stuff, that will soon be ancient history. At Knoxville Smiles, the future is here now with guided biofilm therapy. Using a gentle erythritol powder mixed with air and warm water, our hygienists can clean your teeth better than ever without all the poking and scraping. Visit KnoxvilleSmiles.com to find out more, or just call us at 865-539-1776.
Got a flat tire? Strange noise under the hood? Don't stress. Roll into Matlock Tire and Auto Service. From oil changes and brake repairs to brand new tires, Matlock's certified techs do it all. Fast, friendly, and fair priced, Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service. 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit MatlockTireService.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area, from Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive. Even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Attention service members and veterans. Introducing the Griffin Law Firm, your trusted ally in military legal matters. From court martials to benefit claims, at Griffin Law, your mission is their mission. Here's VFL Marshall Griffin.
As a veteran and retired military attorney, I've successfully defended lifelong benefits and helped preserve professional futures. So I know that when you hire a military justice lawyer, you maximize your chance to get relief. With my unique experience, I can advocate for you because there's no military matter that's too big or too small. Let us help you make these critical decisions that could affect the rest of your life. Remain silent. Request counsel. Call Griffin Law.
For a free consultation, call 888-707-4282. That's 888-707-4282. Or just visit griffinlawdefense.com.
It's time for The Drive's Top 5 at 5.
Quitting time on your Friday, 5 o'clock here on Fan Run Radio. I'm Russell Smith, live today at the Casual Pint Northshore. Get Bob in here with us today.
Senor Roberto.
Good to see you, Bobo.
How you doing, boys? Not bad.
Good. Welcome to the team.
Got you ready for the...
We went through his orientation today, and
you get to make your first Tennessee football game prediction with the guys.
Perfect.
Dubs 34-13. Walker, don't forget, we need yours before you leave.
Game prediction?
You could just text it to us, and we'll read it out the final segment of the show. Walker Smith standing by the top 5 at 5. Walker, hit it.
Thank you. At number 1, we are less than 24 hours away from kickoff of the Tennessee football season. The Vols opened the campaign against Syracuse in Atlanta at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Kickoff is set for noon Eastern Time on ESPN. Tennessee is a 13.5-point favorite.
Mm-hmm. I would just suggest, Bob, you do whatever you want coming up, but don't pick Syracuse.
No.
Wouldn't recommend
be a bad look.
I would say 13.5 points is not enough, is how I'd put it. So, and my wife is a Syracuse grad, so, understand I got to.
She's an Orange woman?
She is. I have to toe the line, but she understands. She's a Vol fan at this point. We've lived here most of our lives, so she's all right.
Well, should be an interesting scene. I think a lot of people are confident heading into this one. We'll get back into it, but Tennessee fans going down there thirsty for blood tomorrow in Atlanta.
At number 2, Tennessee All-American cornerback Jermod McCoy will miss Saturday's opener against Syracuse and is expected to miss multiple games, but is diligently working to return at some point this year. McCoy tore his ACL training in January and has told his teammates he'll be back, but has yet to return to team periods and has not had contact.
Bob, when do you think we see Jermod McCoy?
I'd like to think we're going to see him at Georgia. That might be pushing it, though. I think it's before the end of September. They haven't ruled out. I just saw it. They haven't ruled out Georgia yet, but I'm trying to look at it from the bright side too. That it's given some of these other guys a chance kind of like I'm really excited to see what Colton Hood's going to do. Right? I mean, I just think that some of these other guys, we need them to step up, and so this is an opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, Hood might be this year's McCoy.
Exactly.
A guy that you get from a power conference, but not an SEC or Big Ten school that comes to you that you think is going to be pretty good. Oh, that's a nice pickup. That's a solid pickup. And then he turns out to be an excellent pickup, which is what happened with McCoy. We will dream that is what happens with Colton Hood this year.
Maybe it happens with Joey, too.
There you go. Would be the great story.
He's going to be a folk hero, boys. If he can turn in a strong performance tomorrow.
Never have to buy another meal in this town again.
Hell no, he won't. Because I think when Roberto called us earlier today, he used the term, he'd be like a one of us type of player.
Yeah.
And I totally agree.
At number 3, Week 1 continues tonight in college football. App State takes on Charlotte in the Dukes Mayo Classic, slated to start at 7 on ESPNU. Later on, the best game of the night will be on Fox when Auburn takes on Baylor, with Georgia Tech playing Colorado as well on ESPN. Both of those games will kick off at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Bob, do you agree with me that the winner of tonight's Georgia Tech-Colorado game should retroactively be declared the sole 1990 national champion, and we should stop referring to that year as a split championship?
That's fun. Yeah, why not? I forgot all about that. That was back in the Bobby Ross era, right, at Georgia Tech?
I was trying to remember Bobby Ross and McCartney.
Phil McCartney.
Yeah.
And that was the year that we opened with them in that weird Anaheim kickoff game, the tie game.
I was living in California at that point.
You at that game?
No, I just remember watching it on TV.
And that's the one that cost us a share, I think.
Those Colorado teams were loaded.
I don't think that's one that cost you. It cost you was allowing Auburn to come back and tie you and losing to one of the worst Alabama teams to ever play in Neyland Stadium. But, yeah, I mean, that was a good team that ultimately won the Sugar Bowl.
At number 4, Missouri quarterback Sam Horn is out indefinitely with a right leg injury suffered in the Tigers' season-opening 61-6 win over Central Arkansas. Horn underwent an MRI on Friday, and the school is awaiting the results of additional testing. Clarity on the timetable for Horn's return is expected in the upcoming days.
That's pretty rough. Did you guys happen to catch that one run he made for a touchdown?
I didn't see a snap from that game.
I thought Horn only carried like one time, and that's when he got hurt.
I don't know.
I think you're probably thinking of Provula because he ran for 2 touchdowns.
Okay, that who came in to replace.
Yeah, they were going to go with 2 quarterbacks, and of course they were. Horn got hurt almost immediately, and then Provula came in and kind of balled out. Now it's Central Arkansas. Got to qualify that, but he threw for 2 touchdowns, ran for 2 touchdowns. He looked a little kind of shifty.
Yeah, he did.
Right?
Yeah, he looked like the kind of quarterback Tennessee Russ would have a really hard time with.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't watch any of that one. I just saw some highlights, but that's one that I wonder if we're going to get Mizzou next year when they release the new schedules.
God, I want to play them though.
Do you?
Yeah.
Want payback and
staying on business.
Should get them here in Knoxville next time we see them.
Yeah, and I think Josh is one that nobody wants payback probably worse than Josh.
Ooh. You think that guy holds a grudge, Bob?
Oh yeah, a little bit.
He'll act like he doesn't, but he'll drop 70 on you.
Hell yeah.
Oklahoma way.
At number 5, in a sign from the gods to pick the Vols this weekend, a man fishing in waters off the coast of Costa Rica reeled in an unusual catch. The first ever documented orange shark. Garvin Watson reeled in the 6-foot 6-inch nurse shark while casting his line near Tortuguero National Park in August of 24. Watson, owner of Parisimus Domus de Hotel, shared photos of his catch on the business's Facebook page. Researchers said the shark's bright orange color is caused by a condition called xanthicism, which causes yellow or gold pigmentation in the animal's skin, scales, or fur.
I think Bob and Bear have xanthicism with all this orange I'm seeing across the table right now.
I was right before game day. I was actually going to say, so that's the thing with our president. Then.
Bob, we don't get political on
I'm
this
just
program.
saying, that's about skin tone. That's got enough. There's no politics.
I don't know. I mean, I've seen. Did you guys see this thing? I mean, it's definitely almost
That is an
exactly
orange shark.
Pantone
Yeah, it's very orange. I saw it.
150 whatever.
Speaking of fishing, did you guys see what the guy at Sequoia reeled in? No. Somebody was fishing near when the landing at Sequoia Hills on Cherokee Boulevard and caught, he thought he caught, so he's reeling it in. Turns out it was a World War II era bomb.
Oh, yes, I did see that.
No, I didn't see
The bomb squad came and took it somewhere.
Came and took it out in the middle of nowhere.
Like it was an explosive device.
That thing been sitting in the Tennessee River for 50 years, 70 years, whatever it's been.
I did not see that.
I don't know how it got there, if we were doing torpedo exercises or
off a barge or
but it was a World War II era bomb found in the Tennessee River by a fisherman. He hooked it and reeled it in. He's like, "What is this?"
How heavy would that thing be?
it was the picture I said. It was about a good 2.5 feet. It looked like it would weigh probably about 40 or 50 pounds.
That poor guy thinks he has just landed the biggest fish ever.
It was like a 40 or 50 pound bowling pin looking out. It was some kind of training device, but it was explosive.
Thank you, Walker. Walker Smith, we appreciate his hard work behind the scenes. A lot of technical difficulties as we prepare for the future here at Fan Run Radio. Walker's done yeoman's work, and he's getting set to head out to are you going to the Battle of Broadway tonight, Walker?
There was actually a last-minute change with that. I'm actually headed all the way out to Austin East tonight to call their game.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a little bit.
Then they're 5 points.
Yeah, but it'll be fun, you know. I've been out to Austin East a couple of times. Went there for one Knox in their first year. It's actually a pretty cool stadium out there, and it'll be a fun game.
Walker, are you doing these for like radio or for video or?
It's on video. They're broadcasted and streamed through Diamond Clear Media.
Okay, so you're not. We just had Russell Biven on our show earlier today, and I don't know if you guys have heard what he's doing tonight. It's pretty interesting.
He doing? I didn't hear anything.
They're going to do their version of high school red zone. They're going to be
really
doing live whip around for about a bunch of high school games and taking feeds. But he told me, because I asked the question about Diamond Clear. And he said, no, these are all prearranged through the school specifically. So, like I know Webb, for example, they're doing the WOW feed. So whoever's announcing that game tonight for WOW, they'll be on TV a little bit. It's going to be on the
really
that My VLT, which is now been rebranded as Tennessee Valley Sports Entertainment Network.
I wonder who do you all play this weekend?
Webb, Asheville. Asheville Day School or something. I mean,
you say that with such a derisive to Asheville Day School.
It's a random school. And I think this is one of those. This is like ETSU to Tennessee type of thing.
Hopefully, go better than last week.
Spartans need a win. Spartans need a win.
They got smoked last week.
Let's go Asheville Day.
So I am going to check that out though tonight. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. A lot of good football on the tube tonight, but. Bob, we get you here, man. Let's talk about the football tomorrow as Josh Heupel. Hard to believe it's year 5 for Tennessee's head coach. It's not new anymore. This is the system, and things should be rolling by now. They more or less are. It's a solid ranked team breaking in a new quarterback. You had some incidents in the offseason. I mean, if Nico were still here, I think we all believe that this would be a top 15, maybe top 10 team coming into the season. So, that speaks to where Heupel has elevated this program to. Your thoughts on Tennessee and Syracuse tomorrow?
I've gone back and forth on this one all week long, and I am convinced, based on what I've heard from so many people at this point, that and based on just what some of the legwork I did too, I'm of the mind that Syracuse had a really, really nice season last year. Helped our cause, you could argue. They took Miami out
didn't they?
late in the season.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think they have any personnel this time around. They're young. I think they've got a kid in the defensive backfield starting that's 17 years old. I'm of the belief. I went back and forth with Brett, the font of optimism, Hollander, who thinks it's going to be a very close game. I think it's going to be a 3-touchdown, minimum 2-touchdown win. I think Tennessee, if they just take care of their business, frankly, as long as they're not sloppy, making mistakes, let the defensive front eat, rely on the run game, let Joey. Russ, I've been hearing you talk about Joey letting him throw the ball around, which I'm excited about. I'd say by and large, let's do that. But tomorrow, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little more measured approach.
Sure.
Just to kind of
comfortable.
Get it comfortable.
I don't think that you go out there and throw it 50 times with Joey Aguilar tomorrow. My only point is that they're going to be deep shots are a part of Heupel's offense, right? We throw them every game, and I expect to take 2 or 3 opportunities, and if they're open, I just want to see those plays hit. I'm not saying we turn this into an air raid. I mean, it's about balance and even tilted a little bit towards the run. Yeah, here under the Heupel offense, and I would expect to see that. I would like to see some wrinkles. You know, we've heard about the pistol, we've heard about some more motions and stuff. There's been these whispers around town that hey, you know, we're gonna see some new stuff. I'm interested in that.
Well, I mean, going back, we never got back to it. The question you asked me, I think it may have been in the first hour, maybe in the second, about the first play and what you want it to be. I mean, Bob reminded me they are starting a 17-year-old at corner or in the defensive backfield. I would send like Mike Matthews just right at that kid and toss up a 50-50.
Not a bad idea.
No, I agree. And hey, man, nobody loves to see fireworks on offense more than me. I'd definitely love to see it, but I think you're right, Russ. Maybe we see a few of those, and man, take what's brought you to the dance already, which we know that there's a good run game every game, every season with Josh's teams, and we got 3 very able and capable running backs. Let's work on those, and I don't want to get too sheepy, but I feel pretty strong about this game not being that close tomorrow.
You're making me nervous with your overconfidence, Bob Baskerville.
You need to get with Hollander. Hollander is like, he's like Phil. They haven't shown us anything. It's like, no, they haven't, but it's okay. It's going to be fine. It's not. This is a team, by the way. Syracuse is picked to finish like 12th. At least maybe lower, 12th in the ACC. I mean, this is not like but be careful, man. They're a sneaky, semi-ranked team. They're not. So
they've replaced a ton, like you were saying.
Front line on the offensive line, they've replaced 4 or 5 starters, man. I mean, that makes me feel really good about our defensive front. It's like, get after it. You got Angeli, who doesn't move that much.
Put the pressure on him.
Take him down.
865-966-3435, your number to get on the drive this afternoon. We are live today at the Casual Pint Northshore. I want to thank them for having us out here this afternoon. Appreciate folks who've come by to say hello. We have a few more who just joined us out here on the patio where the vibes are immaculate this afternoon. I mean, this is college football weather. Come on out and join us. And so much more than just craft beer. Yeah, they've got a great selection of craft beer here at the Casual Pint, but they've got great food as well. Some of the specials today, you got your smoked wings, $16. They're at it again with smoked wings from their friends over at the Humble Hog, smoked and delicious bone-in wings served with the HH Humble Hog Chipotle barbecue sauce on the side. We've got American flatbread pizzas. We've got the watermelon salad, charcuterie chips, a donut flight. I might be getting into that here a little bit later, and a full line of burgers, chicken wings, salads, everything you could possibly want, flatbreads and appetizers, and a kids menu as well. They are family friendly if you want to bring the kids out. The Smith kids might be making an appearance here in a little bit as we get set to have a little post-game meal and beverage at the Casual Pint Northshore. We're at 2045 Thunderhead Road, right next to Soccer Taco near the North Shore Town Center. As you get off work this afternoon, swing by, say hello. We've got some Fan Run Radio swag here, some T-shirts and stuff. Be sure to pick one of those up before y'all leave. And I have a few of the Smokies tickets left here as the Smokies get set for their final homestand of the season next week. So you'll have to use these for then. And if you picked up some of these Smokies Flex tickets from us at any point this summer, next week, your last chance to use them the first year of Covenant Health Park. So be sure to do that.
Man, that went fast.
I know, didn't it?
It's hard to believe they're wrapping it up.
Yeah, that's what I was telling him. It seems like last week we were out there for opening day.
It seems like not much longer than that beforehand, we were out there seeing it, and the park wasn't even done.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy how fast that accelerated. And you hear all the stories around town of all the delayed projects going on in construction and stuff.
The Smokies.
Not that one.
You think they're pretty pleased that it exceeded their expectations?
I would think so. There's not a person I've talked to that's been there that hasn't raved about it. And I don't know if you saw their press release. I think this is pretty smart. They're going to open up that one area up top and make it available for rental for like events, like company events and things like that.
Oh, yeah, the club?
Yeah, the club.
Yeah, that
makes a lot of sense.
That was so much fun this
because
season.
it's big.
It'd be a fun, like, just have like a birthday party. Very like an adult. You just want to get together with like 15, 20 friends or something.
Yeah. Big shout out to Harris and everybody at the Smokies. They hooked us up this year. So.
All right, stay with us. The drive continues. I think you've all been good. I think you deserve this. The Sheik is in the desert, and he's got winners. He'll join us next right here on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive. Follow us on Twitter or X or whatever they're calling it these days at Fox Sports Knox. Fox Sports Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together. Ready to launch your career? Axle Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axle proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axle, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axle Logistics is the place to start your career.
Is that old tree in your yard starting to lean a little too much? Branches hanging over your roof? Don't wait until it's too late. Call ECR Total Landscapes today. At ECR Total Landscapes, we specialize in safe, professional tree removal, trimming, and storm damage cleanup. So if you've got trees that need to go, now is the time to give us a call. Plus, we're offering free stump grinding now through the end of the year when you use or mention promo code FANRUN. That's right, free stump grinding for Fan Run Radio listeners. At ECR Total Landscapes, we live up to our name by offering total landscape services. In addition to tree cutting, we also offer a wide range of landscape installation services and custom monthly maintenance packages that create stunning outdoor spaces tailored to your vision. Give us a call today to schedule a free estimate at 865-384-2012 or just visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
It's time for the North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week. Brought to you by North Knox Siding and Windows. Call 865-689-0505 or visit them online at northknoxsidingandwindows.com.
This week's North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week is Catholic High School defensive back Chaz Smith. Smith led the way defensively with 4 tackles and 2 interceptions, including the game clincher in Catholic's 20-6 win over Murfreesboro-Riversdale on the road last week as the Irish begin the season 1-0. Catholic High School's Chaz Smith, this week's North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week.
North Knox Siding and Windows, locally owned and operated. They can handle all your siding, window, gutter, and roofing needs. Call 865-689-0505 for a free estimate or go online to northknoxsidingandwindows.com.
Good afternoon. Starting a little bit heavier right on schedule, 275 northbound, working your way north of town on 75. Watch for radar. It's possible up through parts of Anderson County, Campbell County as well. Lots of radar all over East Tennessee. You're going to see a lot of that over the weekend. Still busy right now. I-40 at the Holston River Bridge as that starts to pick up even more with volume on I-40 at Midway Road headed out into Sevier County. Turn your gold and silver coins into cash at Fountain City Jewelers, located in the heart of Fountain City next to Litton's. I'm Commander Chuck, your on-time traffic.
Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Keep rolling, 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 rolling.
Fan Run Radio, the drive continues. We are back. Russell Smith, Bear, Bob Baskerville coming to you live this afternoon from the Casual Pint Northshore. Thanks for being with us on this Football Friday edition of the show. And we are pleased to be joined now by John Hodge, a.k.a. The Sheik, a.k.a. Johnny Blaze, with us on the line this afternoon. Hello, Haji.
Hello, boys. A.k.a. winner, chicken dinner.
We are back. Yes, the Kansas Jayhawks with the first right side winner in week 0. And we've got a full slate of them. Maybe you'll let us know one or two coming up here later on in your appearance. But, yeah, man, it's off and running. High school football, college football, NFL just around the corner. You got to love it.
Yeah. It's been a great week for Tennessee fans, right? With Barnes getting his extension and Keys flipping, and maybe it's not too late to get Hyder to change his mind. Just tell him not to cash any checks. So we'll see how that works out. But and it's the first full week of football, man. Just excited it's here, ready to go.
Yeah, it's an exciting time for sure. And if you love to place a little wager on a game or two, you got to get in our gambling. Bob, are you in the gambling group with Haji and us yet?
I don't think so, no.
All right, we got to get Baskerville in there, Haji, because we've got
Bobby,
about 30 people. Yeah, we got about 30 people already in there, and you guys are straight degenerates. I don't know, but I enjoy. I've got the notifications going on, and it's pinging like once every 2 minutes last night during those Thursday night games. But it's all good fun.
I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, you might need to silence those occasionally, but I want to just the underdogs and unders were both 7-1 last night. So if you had the favorites and the overs last night, it was a long night. And I think you know you're going to have a lot of teams. They want to be careful and try not to make mistakes. They don't want to get down early or whatever, but they're making more mistakes. There's just been a really lot of sloppy ball, a lot of bad mistakes, bad plays out there just in the, on last Saturday and last night. So it's obviously early. And so the teams that I look at that I feel like are going to hit their stride better early in the season are teams that have quarterbacks with experience. And so, there's another thing that I like is fading the public, right, Russ? You know that. So whatever the narrative is out there, I'm looking to go the other way. So those two things kind of go in hand this weekend. So I know you want to talk about Texas a little bit, but let me just run these down. Texas, Arch has 2 starts. Julian Sayin has no starts and not much playing time. I think he's thrown 5 passes or completed 5 passes so far in his career. And then, so that one's fairly even, but Arch does have a little edge there. And then you go to Alabama and Florida State. Ty Simpson on the road in his first start. in a hostile environment versus Thomas Castellanos, who has 20 starts in the last 2 years at Boston College. So he's got a lot of production. That's a little underrated home field advantage at down there at Doak Campbell. So I'm leaning toward Florida State and the 14 points there. And then Notre Dame. These are games, by the way, that we're not in our right sides, but I'm still going to be on these games. So Notre Dame, C.J. Carr has no experience, redshirt freshman. He's got no experience out there. Kenny Minchie's thrown 3 passes. He's their second stringer. They're both more runners. They're going to lean on Jeremiah Love and their defense. And, I mean, Notre Dame's loaded on both sides of the ball. So it's going to be a war, but I think that game's going to go under for sure. And then you got Carson Beck on the other side with 13 starts. I'm no Carson Beck fan, but at least he has experience. So I'm fading the guys with no experience, especially on the road in a tough environment. That's 2 in a row there. And then sort of the same with LSU. Nussmeier, he started every game last year, I think. But on the road, he was 2-2 straight up, but 1-3 against the spread. So they weren't awesome on the road. And we know how LSU, hadn't covered it or hadn't won a game in the last 5 years, an opener. So, and obviously Klubnik's one of the more experienced quarterbacks out there. So leaning toward Clemson right now. I'm not going to touch that till the time comes, but I don't like that 3.5 or 4 necessarily right yet, but they're just begging you to take LSU. And then another game, big time game tomorrow is Syracuse and Tennessee. Steve Angeli has no starts. He played well in relief in the playoff last year, but he's going to take over a Syracuse program this week with no experience. They got decimated in the portal. They lost more in the portal than anybody. Joey's got 24 starts. It's going to be a road environment for Syracuse tomorrow. And obviously it's going to be all orange, but it's going to be mostly at PMS 151C. And I just like Tennessee to roll up on those guys tomorrow.
So the Vols to cover, you heard it from the sheet, take the 13.5 points, take the Volunteers as that's got to be, that's kind of what you've been saying, Bobby.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear that because I do feel I've kind of swung. I think I was a little more, I think I would have been taking Syracuse in the points if we were having this conversation 2 weeks ago. But as time passes and the more I learn about Syracuse, the more I'm feeling better about what we've got. So, yeah, I'm happy to hear that.
Haji, are we jumping all over the Heupel first quarter cover that was so money early in his tenure, but a little bit less so the past 2 years?
Yeah, didn't he go scoreless in 3 straight games last year in the first half?
Yes.
I'm going to hold off. I like it. I think, people think, all right, we don't have a quarterback. This is what everybody's talking about. We're going to just try to run the ball, play defense, whatever. I don't think that's true. I think they're going to get him as much work in the passing game as possible because just in case we fall behind here in a couple weeks at home against Georgia, we need all the reps we can get in the passing game. So I think we're going to maybe not air it out, but we're going to have our share in the passing game and success. And, I mentioned, quarterbacks inexperienced versus experience. And I also said like fade in the public. And the reason I mentioned that is because in games involving ranked teams, tomorrow, the 5 most bet teams are Alabama, Notre Dame, LSU, and Syracuse. And it just so happens that they have the least experienced quarterback. So I really kind of zoned in on this angle a little bit. And Texas is also one of the top 5 bet teams, but and I don't like to see that line change sides, but it has come back. It makes mostly a pick everywhere today. Now Ohio State's back to a 1-point favorite, so I like that. I'd like to see it go to 1.5 or 2 tomorrow, and I'll just go ahead because I wanted to bet Texas actually -3 or -4 and get some more value on that because I really think they're going to win the game.
You just bet the money line if it stays the way it is?
Sure. I mean, it's, what is it, plus 115 or something? Yeah. There's no reason to take one, I guess. With certainly, you wouldn't want to take one. I guess you could take 1.5, but there's a little, it's worth the value to take them on the money line. If they win, if they cover, they'll win outright.
John Hodge with us here this afternoon on the program. By the way, we mentioned the gambling group. If you want to join that, it is open to all of our listeners. So just contact Haji on Twitter and he'll send you the invite. We've got a group on, the app is called Signal, and we've got a group on there that we go at it hard and we make money is what we do with the right sides. I've listened to the advanced copy. You've already given away one of the right sides, Haji. I mean, like, I would suggest you hold one or two for the show later tonight, coming up at 8. But any other picks that you're publicizing beforehand?
I don't know that you didn't mention which one it was, actually, that was the right side. So I will give you, last week I gave you Kansas on the show on Friday afternoon. So I want to keep that going because I don't want to break that cycle. So I'm going to give you a right side for sure right now, and that is the Mighty Dogs. Georgia was 4-10 against the spread last year. Georgia is 1-7 against the spread in its last 8 home games. Unfortunately, their only cover is against Tennessee last year. Georgia is 8-22-1 against the spread as a favorite of 20 or more the last 5 years, and Kirby is 0-13 as a favorite of 38 or more. So all that adds up to, I'm going to take Georgia in this game. I'm going to get, I bang that drum, fade Georgia, fade Georgia, fade Georgia, but Georgia's 5th ranked in the AP poll, and nobody likes using the AP poll for motivation more than Kirby does. He pays more attention to it than probably anybody out there. And who'd that sound like? They're only ranked 5th, and everybody's talking about all these ranked matchups, and he's not getting any publicity. They're playing Marshall. Nobody's talking about Georgia at all. I think they need to find out what they've got with Stockton. He's just going to be motivated to do whatever he can tomorrow. Marshall is awful. They returned 4 starters. They were 10-3 last year, but their coach left to go to Southern Miss. They got a first-year head coach. Tony Gibson was a defensive coordinator at NC State the last 5 years. I don't know how that prepares you to play Georgia. Just not a good spot for the Thundering Herd at all. As I said, I'm not sure how good Stockton is, but I think he's good enough to put up 50 on Marshall. And they also have that stability edge of 12. So I'm going to fade everything I've ever said about Georgia as a big favorite, and I'm going to play the Dogs tomorrow.
Hey, Haji, this is Bob. I have a question for you. One that kind of piques my interest, and it may not be so much on the spread here, but it's the total that catches my interest, and that's UNLV at Sam Houston tonight, playing in Houston. It just feels to me like these two teams last week and their first week out, they both scored a decent amount of points, generated a decent amount of offense. Do you think there's a possibility to play the over on that?
I do, Bob, but I'm a little gun shy on it. It opened at 58.5. They both showed the tendency to give up plays, obviously, right? It went to 60.5 on Monday, and then it went to 62.5 again on Thursday or Wednesday, I believe. And now it's back down to 61.5. The only reason I'm gun shy really is because I had the over last night, 61.5, again in the Boise, South Florida game. So that 61.5 number is just grating to my ears right now. Yeah. So I will say that the over is 86% of the money's on the over. So that's another reason I would just stay away. I'm not going to try to talk you out of a bet, but I'm certainly going to stay away from that.
Kind of sounds like you are.
Yeah, maybe. And last week we had, we did something we've never done before. We had 2 right sides that were a week away from when we recorded. We recorded last Thursday, and we gave out Auburn, and I'm going to stick with Auburn as well. Baylor, popular favorite, popular underdog. They're at home. They're ranked ahead of Auburn in the polls. They're both in the also receiving votes categories, but Baylor's way ahead of both of those. But in the ratings groups that I follow, Auburn's rated higher than Baylor in each one. Plus, this one did the thing we want to see. It went up to Auburn -2.5, and now it's back down to 1 almost everywhere. So the Baylor money's coming in, and I wouldn't be surprised if it went to a pick maybe tomorrow, but I'm going to stick with Auburn to win in the road opener for Hugh Freeze.
The Right Reverend, maybe in his swan song down there on the plains, needs something good to happen tonight to get this season started off on a positive for the War Eagle Tiger Plainsmen. You can join our gambling group. Just contact at Johnny Haji on X. What's your email, Haji, if anybody wants to just email you directly?
Yeah, Real Desert Dog at Gmail.
Real Desert Dog.
Yeah, that's probably
at gmail.com.
Yeah, I can
good
to
contact the Sheik out there in the desert at Real Desert Dog at gmail.com. Go ahead and send him he'll send you the invite. You request in. All you have to do is ask nicely, and then you'll have access to our derangement 24/7 as we get set for the first week of college football. It's going to be awesome, man. Haji's so excited to give. He just gave you two right sides, folks. Tennessee, the 13.5, Georgia 38.5 against the blundering turd from Marshall. So go ahead and get those picks in. That's who they're playing, right? Marshall, Georgia?
Yeah.
Check that out. Get those bets in, folks, and we'll be talking to you tomorrow, Haji. Can't wait for the cover boys tonight.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. It's going to be fun. Yeah, make sure your phones are charged early tomorrow. It's going to be a long day out there.
Sure.
Have a good weekend, guys. You want to score? I'll give you a score. 38-14.
38-14 Vols. Says the Sheik. Yeah. Take it to the bank. Thanks, buddy.
I think that's right on the total. So let's go 40-14. Go over the 52. All right.
Yeah,
see you guys. Thank you.
John Hodge checking in from the desert this afternoon on the program. Two more right sides. These things are. I thought you got to bet them all to get the full effect, because it's not perfect, but it is 66% through the years, which is better than most.
Yeah, that's impressive. I didn't know you guys had a whole
you got to get in on it. Oh yeah, it's intense, man.
Yeah, they've got a gambling group. I'm hoping to one day learn enough about it to be able to do something besides play some. I heard money line.
There you go.
That's the Texas Ohio State game.
That's a start.
Yeah. Not take the one there.
We're leaning towards the Longhorns in that one, in the gambling group. That seems to be the consensus anyway.
I'm getting some vibes. There's talk today, all sorts of chatter about the Texas fan base showing up in mass in Columbus.
Yeah.
And it's like, we did that in December.
That worked out.
Didn't go so well. But I think Texas, I like Texas in this one. And what a statement it would be if they take care of them and beat them by a touchdown or more.
I'm just torn between my hatred of all things Ohio State, Bob, and just the Texas fans are the most entitled. But I thought Alabama was bad. I think Texas could take it to a whole nother level.
You haven't met a lot of Ohio State fans, man. They are ruthless.
Yeah, no. I have. I had family. Close family that were Ohio State people. So I'm very familiar with them.
Coming up, the shocking conclusion of the drive. Speak now, forever hold your peace. 865-966-3435, your number to get on board. Big thanks to William for helping us out back in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. 966-3435. Back to wrap things up right after this.
The Drive. Congratulations. You found sports radio that doesn't suck. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Hi, this is Bo Kregner from the Kregner Group at Realty Executives. And I know there's a lot of choices here in East Tennessee when it comes to choosing a realtor. Here's why the Kregner Group is different. At the Kregner Group, our motto is walking by faith, serving others. It's how I live my life. It's how I run my business. Here at the Kregner Group, we're committed to doing real estate the right way. faith, honesty, integrity. The Kregner Group. Call me anytime at 865-742-1035 or visit my website at bownoshouses.com.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Attention service members and veterans. Introducing the Griffin Law Firm, your trusted ally in military legal matters. From court martials to benefit claims, at Griffin Law, your mission is their mission. Here's VFL Marshall Griffin.
As a veteran and retired military attorney, I've successfully defended lifelong benefits and helped preserve professional futures. So I know that when you hire a military justice lawyer, you maximize your chance to get relief. With my unique experience, I can advocate for you because there's no military matter that's too big or too small. Let us help you make these critical decisions that could affect the rest of your life. Remain silent. Request counsel. Call Griffin Law.
For a free consultation, call 888-707-4282. That's 888-707-4282. Or just visit griffinlawdefense.com.
Have you ever found yourself wishing your clothes looked brand new again? Whether it's your favorite suit, that little black dress, or your comfy winter coat, Crown Cleaners can make it happen. From stubborn stains to delicate fabrics, the expert team at Crown Cleaners uses the latest cleaning technology to ensure your clothes come back looking and feeling fresh. Visit one of their 2 area locations, Kingston Pike on Bearden Hill or South Northshore Drive near Dunkin' Donuts. Online at crowncleaners.com. Crown Cleaners, a tradition of excellence.
Got a flat tire? Strange noise under the hood? Don't stress. Roll into Matlock Tire and Auto Service. From oil changes and brake repairs to brand new tires, Matlock's certified techs do it all. Fast, friendly, and fair priced, Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service. 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit matlocktireservice.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
Fan Run Radio, the drive continues. Final segment here at the Casual Pint, Northshore. Russell Bear and our new compadre, Bob Baskerville, hanging out with you. What do you think, Bob? No second thoughts? Yeah, we're doing so far so good?
Well,
We haven't gone crazy.
no, you guys are all right. I'll hang out.
You had to, it's an emotional day for Bob. You had to sunset under review.
Yes.
The last edition. Tears were shed.
Not so much, but it was a good final show. We had a lot of great interaction, callers, live chat, all that stuff, and we sure appreciate everybody just reaching out to us today. That meant a lot to Sam and Brett and I. That was good. It's but hey, like I said on my show yesterday when I kind of talked through the whole thing and off the heels of Wednesday's announcement, it's like this is about making the whole entity better, and that's all I've ever known, man. That's what I do. And I'm just thankful I've got the opportunity to work with you guys on a show that's been around for so long and it's so popular. And I've already had a few people doing, hey, hope Bob doesn't mess up the chemistry. And it's like,
let me say something to that real quick, because this, I don't know if Russ will remember, like, within the past couple of years, like, we were just talking one day at the old place. I think it's before Ryan bought it, and like, wonder if we could ever get Bob on with us. Yeah. Remember that? Talk about it.
You're one of us.
You're with us, Bob. You've always been with us.
You just didn't know it.
I guess that's
You're
true.
one of us. You're one of the old dudes now.
Oh, yeah. Definitely one of the old dudes. I'll give you that. But
Don't include me in this. I'm still in my prime.
I'm in my prime. I don't know. Me and Russ are thrilled. I hope you are too.
No, I am. I'm excited. I am
Big things going on here at Fan Run.
Absolutely.
Blowing up.
Absolutely.
That backdrop looks incredible.
Yeah. Wait till you listeners get to see on video what
Coming up on Monday.
yeah, well, they might see it it'll be out there for VR tomorrow.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. It looks great. We've advanced our studio, what you see on camera, past the interrogation booth vibe into looks like actual creating television. It looks good. That's where I was today. I was going to come out here a little earlier, but I got held up working with Ryan and the guys on that.
Everybody back at the fort, get everything dialed in.
Yes. So yeah,
Good deal.
it's exciting times for sure. And it's going to be so wild here in Tony on our station on Monday.
Yoshi hee ho.
Yeah. He's excited.
Well, I mean, you talk about one of us. I mean, that's the comment I've seen. I try not to read the comments too much, but those I have seen is like people say, well, you guys have always belonged together, whether it's you with him or him with you, whatever the case is. But I call it Knoxville sports radio alignment.
Yeah. Yeah. It's actually indicative of what you see across the media industry, right? It's consolidation, and it only makes sense because there's so many choices. You don't want to be fragmented like that. And this is a chance. We've been talking about it forever. I know Ryan, this is what his ambitions were for, was to, I
know we've been talking about it for years.
Have the Strays kind of come in when the Strays are good. And obviously Tony's not just good, he's great. So it's going to be a good one.
And John and Cody, what they're doing in the morning, I mean, they should be even better now with an extra hour of sleep under their belts every time they go in there. And Chase Thomas finding his footing there in the middays. He's doing outstanding work there from 1 to 3 p.m. And, of course, Overtime Bill, William Pattison, the one and only. I mean, holding it down from 6 to 8 every night. We've got 12 really solid hours from 8 to 8 starting Monday.
Very solid. Very solid. So
got a lot of specialty shows. I'm looking forward to. I always listen to Tim Vols, the high school scoreboard report.
Yeah, that's going on tonight.
Yeah,
that's right. He and Spencer and Bubba, and it's kind of a wild bunch, actually. It's kind of fun. Yeah. It is.
It's fun. If you love high school ball, be sure to tune in on your way home from the Friday Night Lights tonight. Fan Run, as we'll be doing our thing here. All right, boys, it is time to give us your scores. First of all, let's start with Walker, who is on his way to his high school game tonight. What does Walkman think is going to happen tomorrow with the Vols?
He sent us a little. Let me get to it real quick. That one must be in the drive. I'm sorry. Walker says, defense dominates. Offense looks sluggish to start, but gets the job done. Tennessee 27, Syracuse 10.
27 to 10, and a cover there for Walker Smith. Bob already gave my score earlier in the show. I'm not sure if 34-13 it was during our snafu at the beginning there, but yeah, I'm taking the Vols 34-13. What say you?
I think I'm more in the mind of it's going to go under in the total. I'm going to say Tennessee 34, Syracuse 7.
Ooh.
I just don't think
defense is going to hold them down.
Sugar Bowl.
This is an offense that was top 10 nationally last year. I know they lost a lot, but they must be doing something right.
They lost their top receiver. They lost their top running back. They lost their quarterback. They lost 4 of their front 5 on the offensive line. I just don't see it, man. I don't see it. Maybe I'll look like a fool come Monday. I hope I don't, but
you don't either.
I like our guys. I like them by a lot, and I think it's going to be over pretty early.
Bear? Okay, are you familiar with Bear's score prediction process?
No.
Here, I'll explain to you better than he could.
No, I might just go take a break right now rather than
what? Tennessee 42. Syracuse 7.
Oh,
he closes his eyes and pictures a scoreboard in his head, and pictures no analysis, no whatever you just did with Syracuse doesn't bring anybody back, and it's just a score emerges from the fog.
You'd be surprised how accurate it is.
Are you keeping records?
Yes, I checked last year. I always keep track of it.
he's sheeping out more than me.
It's not really sheeping out. He's joking about it, but I looked at all the stuff you were talking about. They've got a completely retooled offensive line. They've got a transfer quarterback who, what has been lovingly described as a statue in the pocket, and it lines up. Their biggest question mark, I think, is going to be opposing what I feel like is one of our big strengths, which is that front seven, in particular the front four. I think they're going to be nasty. Rodney Garner develops really nasty defensive fronts. Yeah. And I think if Tennessee gets to that kid early, it could get ugly quick.
Yeah, and I mean, one of the things we learned during the week was, obviously we know Angeli's the starting quarterback. At the end of spring practice, he was not QB1. It was Ricky Collins, the LSU transfer. And so something tells me that the coaches were not so comfortable with that. Apparently, one of the quarterback coach there was actually, I think I heard he was Angeli's high school coach. So he must have felt a comfort level saying, hey, man, why don't you come over here? But the last thing I'll say is, again, you could argue we lost our quarterback. We lost but
they saw Merklinger and said, bring in somebody else.
But what I'm getting at is, I just feel like there's depth in numbers. We've got that. They don't. So that's why I feel good about it.
Yeah. I mean, the last thing I will say is the next time that Josh Heupel doesn't have an offense that can run the football, will be the first time since he's been here.
Yeah. All right. There you have it. Big thanks to William for stepping up. Stay tuned. We got overtime headed your way next. Want to thank the Casual Pint Northshore for having us out here this afternoon. It has been grand. We'll be back as we have a couple more live shows scheduled out here, and hopefully we can get the tech end of it all right. And we will talk to you tomorrow. Don't forget, watch party at Farley's. Voluntary reaction as soon as the game is over for Bob and Bear. I'm Russell. Stay with us. Overtime's up next.
Citizens National Bank.
Kick off this football season